Okay, I think it started. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to the channel of mine, the Heroic Studios Gaming. This is yet another playtest campaign of Maximum Apocalypse, the RPG. We're running out of things to test, so at this point, we're just sort of playing for fun now. I've adjusted most things in the last couple of game sessions. Things haven't changed, so I think we're finally reaching the point where it's at an equilibrium of like, that's how the rules are going to work. But anyway, today I'm joined with my players that are in today's session. Oh, I guess I've cut off your names by accident, guys. Let me see if I can shift this over a little bit while we're like editing in the middle of streaming. I'll just have to shrink you. Let's go ahead and shrink you back down, Minority Report style, like we did before. All right, so there we go. So here I'm joined with my players. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Oops, cancel that. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves? We'll start with, this is how it's going to go. It's going to go Carrie Ann, Joseph, David. I don't know why I went that order, but that's the order I'm looking at. So Carrie Ann, Joseph, David. All right, so let's begin with that.
Hi, I'm Carrie Ann. I'll be playing Artemis today. She's a new character, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay. Joseph.
How you doing? I'm Joe, 1 Foot Wall. Today I am playing Adam Kane, who is a priest paragon that, funny enough, survived the rapture. I don't know if it's actually surviving for that priestly view, but there it is.
I was part of the rapture. Yeah, got it. And David.
And my name is David, and I'll be playing Brother Kane. First name Brother, last name Kane, but spelled Kane instead of Caine. And we had no coordination on that, so it just happened.
Right on.
Oh, this is going to be an interesting group.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I'm a mechanic hunter, so...
Priests all over the place, except the one mechanic hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's special game, this is the family campaign. Technically, it's only session 3, which feels weird, because I feel like we've had more than that. But
Yeah.
it's really only session 3. There were the 2 mini sessions, though, so that's part of it, right? The 2 micro mini sessions where I did playtest one specific rule and or series of rules related to one particular action. First one being like survival camping, right? And then the second one being the social skills. So I guess it's technically 5 in the campaign, but really only 3. And in the meantime, I've run a couple of side games like The Outpost, which Joseph played in. I still have to fully update those rules with the new monster rules. But anyway, this is called Kill All Humans. And we'll begin. Which makes you wonder, being that you're all humans. Okay, so today, to start off this game session, I need you to roll a number of dice for me. I need you all to roll 2d10, and then 1d8, and then 1d6. And then tell me what's going on there, and then I'll have you roll one more time.
I didn't have a D8 out. Hold on.
See, I told you. I warned you.
I had my dice out for like what I would normally use, just not a D8 because I don't use it normally.
The standard set of dice is, 2d4, 2d6, 2d8s, and 2d10s. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. I'm just throwing that out there for those at home that are trying to listen. Like, why is she not have a d8? Why is that a problem? I don't understand what's happening. Yes, it's 2 of everything. 2 of everything. We just don't use d12s or d20s for the system because eventually I figured out I didn't need them. I can do something else, like 2d6s instead of a d12. So, that worked out. Maths.
Most excellent.
Okay, all right, so let's start with the 2d10. What did you guys get?
11.
11.
Or is it 2? I mean, I figured it was percentile.
Oh, no, no, it's actually 2. Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
sorry, 2d10's not a percentile die.
Then it's 2.
Okay, 2.
A 7 and a 2, so 9 total.
Got it.
15.
Yikes. Okay.
Not 87.
So this is the number of hours it's been since you last slept, which means for those of you with only like 2 or 6 hours or 9 hours, Like 9 hours is fine. If you have over 10 hours, however, you're going to start suffering some consequences. So Joe, looks like you're going to have some roughage happening here. You've been awake for more than 11 hours, so you have to make a resilience roll for me real fast. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, go ahead and make a resilience roll for me, or else accept that you have to have disadvantage on all of your rolls.
All right.
Or you can go to sleep.
Oh, right?
That seems like a good plan.
Sleep is good.
Okay, so you were asleep. That's fine. We'll just start with you being asleep. That's what we'll do. See, this is why, like, you could accept the difficulty, or you could just have be sleeping. Being sleeping means some other things will happen along the way. Now go ahead and roll a d8 for me, everyone, if you could.
6.
Cool.
5.
Okay.
1.
Ooh, that worked out for Joe. These are the number of days in which you have suffered from hunger damage. So whatever your build size is, there's a requirement of food, times that by that number. So in Joe's case, he only has 1 day of hunger damage.
I have misplaced my pen.
Uh-oh.
So if I rolled a 6 and I'm average, that would be 12.
12 points of hunger damage you've suffered.
Okay.
Okay. So I would be 10.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that amount of hunger damage is because leading up to the story, as you guys remember from any previous sessions you may have watched, been in, or otherwise were aware of, there hasn't been food in the compound for a while. So you guys have been slowly getting hungrier and hungrier, and now I'm finally having you apply some hunger damage to your character sheet. And this was particularly important in our previous mini session, where apparently Dingane had been hoarding some fancy feast under his pillow. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna actually have them put hunger damage on their character sheet now, and now they'll have to have dealt with the fact that they've been starving. So
salmon and rice. It was so high class for the apocalypse.
Yeah, and so apparently Adam Kane has also been hoarding food somewhere, but is finally out. Or just lucky, I guess. Okay, now 1d6. If you could roll that for me.
5.
I rolled a 2. But I was good on the food thing because the Lord has sustained me.
David, you said 5?
5.
Okay. Carrie Ann?
2.
Oops, I put you guys in the wrong place. So Joe and Carrie Ann are in the same place on that one, and David is here. David is at 5. Okay, so Joe and Carrie Ann, you were apparently outside the compound in the East Woods. I'm guessing on some kind of hunting expedition, going to find food for the compound. But you were outside.
I thought he was asleep.
I guess I'm
I'm
taking watch while he
I was
naps.
just saying, I'm not quite done yet. You're outside the compound in the East Woods, obviously on some kind of camp. Now,
okay.
Adam is asleep, which means that either Artemis is sleeping as well, or she's taking watch, or she's doing something else. But Adam has apparently been awake for an extremely long time. Maybe this is the reason why Adam is not sleeping and Artemis is awake and only been awake for a couple hours, is because he was on watch. Now he's going to bed, and now he's in bed, and Artemis is now on watch.
I've been awake for 9 hours, but
okay, so you guys both were out at the same time. All right, never mind. So you've been out. He was tired, more tired. Maybe he was doing something planned. Anyway, the point is you're outside the compound in the East Woods right now, and that's the same woods that you guys were at if you were in that mini campaign, which I don't think any of you were. So there was the first mini session was out in the woods, the same woods. You know where Steven's from, the werewolf.
But I would be keeping watch because I'm assuming it's just the two of us, and I wouldn't have both of us unconscious.
There's one other person with you, just an NPC, just a random NPC person, whose stats won't matter because they don't matter, but they're out with you. You're not alone. It's not just the two of you on like some sort of weird woods date or something. All right, and then David, I gotta change your name. Your brother Kane. Hold on. Rename to Brother Kane. Oh, and actually, why don't we do this? David, what is Brother Kane's initiative?
So is he in a group? Because it
Yes,
changes how
actually
many
he
people are
is. I'll tell you where he is.
So it's 17 if he's in a group of 3 or more.
Okay.
12 if he's by him, if he's with less people.
Got it. I'll just put that one then, and then we'll go with. What is Artemis's initiative?
1383.
Yeah, them hunters, man. Okay, 1383. All right, cool. All right, so Brother Kane is on the wall doing guard duty. You can pick which side. It doesn't really matter that much.
I will choose the right side.
Okay, so that would be the east side. So you're on the east wall. If I was judging the right and left by north and south, right? Like front, back, right and left. Okay, so you're on the east wall. That's fine. I'll write that down. East wall. So you're on the wall doing guard duty. So you are with a group of a few other guards that are on the.
For lo, the Lord has set a watchman upon the watchtower to guard for his people.
Right, it's Brother Kane and his constant references of holy materials. For as the prophet Stephen King wrote,
or as St. Jimmy said, there shall be 2 horsemen that shall approach, and they.
Okay, so there we go. So that's what's happening. You guys are out. You're hungry. You're at the wall or whatever. Some of you are awake. Some of you are asleep. And that's where we'll start. Okay, so in the beginning, there was the game. And in the game... so you guys know that for the last couple of weeks, you have been out of food. The food has been running out. It's run out 3 weeks ago or so. The family announced that they would be unable to provide food. People have been out fishing and hunting and scavenging, but they've only come up with little bits of scrap here and there. For the last week, there has not been any food of any kind coming in, and this includes also fish in the stream and other normal sources of minor food that you guys have been relying on. People have started pointing fingers at the root cause of this problem. Some people are saying the people in the tunnels are stealing food. You know, there's the various different groups. Some people are saying that that building B is hoarding food. Them Richies hoarding all of their resources. Some people are claiming that the second founders have actually got a lot of food. They're just not sharing it with anybody. Camp went out and came back with T-shirts. Really? So there's that kind of stuff happening. But there's also a lot of people that are pointing to Stephen the werewolf, who has finally recovered from his injuries from when he, helped you guys fight off the mutants. So there's a lot of people pointing at a lot of different directions. Meanwhile, there was something that happened, and a lot of people were confused because this sort of request kind of went around a little bit about people who could interrogate. No one's quite sure what exactly that was all about, but somebody somewhere knew something, and eventually, as information does, it spread like a little bit of a wildfire, and now everyone knows that Paul Spartacus was involved in something that he shouldn't have been involved in, and is being interrogated. This is about the same time so this right now, this moment we're in, is the same time that those of you who are interrogating him, which I believe is all 3 of you.
Yeah, I think so. I think we were the ones there last time.
So this is the point in time right now. At this point is when your 3 characters have started. You've gone actually into the room to start interrogating him. So after all of your hunting for information and talking with people, and
So for the viewers at home, these are 3 different characters played by the same players.
Yes.
Correct. Because the cool thing about my campaign is characters come and go, but players remain the same. It's an open campaign world, so you can come and go, and characters can come and go because there's enough people in the survival community that you can play 2 or 3 different characters. So your characters have entered that room and are beginning your interrogation, which I believe started with Dingane moving behind him and just being scary.
Yes.
And in about
He's so sorry.
in about 5 minutes, he's going to threaten to cut off the man's hand and shove sticks inside the stump.
An alarm everyone. Give us all nightmares.
For those
So
at home
terrible.
who may be watching this or who may watch this eventually, go watch the previous video, the mini session, the interrogation, and you'll know what we're talking about. It's very interesting. Scary.
And the poor guy feels awful.
The most polite and friendly of all of the characters did the scariest thing of them all. Just goes to show you, surviving the apocalypse changes people.
You do what you gotta do.
Yep. Oh, uh-oh. Hold on, I gotta stop my ambient background noise. It started with the no, okay. It started in a little too early on the sound that I wanted. So we're gonna pause the ambient background noise. Okay, so that's what's happening. There have been several heated debates in the compound. People are defending Spartacus. In the last few minutes that they've been aware of what's happening. They've been defending him. There's a bunch of things happening. Those of you that are busy, which all of you are, have no clue that this is happening inside the compound. So I'm just giving you background information, essentially. That doesn't matter. So, since none of you are at any of those places, we'll move on. Okay, so those of you that are outside, you have some cool special advantages, and those of you that are on the wall have some cool special advantages. I'm going to put this over here because I need to note that when things get action-y. Okay. You've been attempting to solve the biggest problem facing the family, namely food, and have begun thinking about leaving, possibly. This compound doesn't seem to be working out. It seems like the family has become not as safe as it once was, and now that you're suffering from hunger, you're beginning to wonder how long it will be until people start killing and eating each other. Part of you thinks that that it is this idea that motivated Paul Spartacus to turn on the family. You guys were made aware of the Paul Spartacus thing when you left on your trip. Like somehow you were one of the first groups to find out about it because they were asking about interrogative people, and you have a hunter and a priest here, so it's like, well, you guys can interrogate, right? And you're like, oh, well, we actually have a plan to go on a hunting trip, so sorry. When you headed out on your hunting trip. And Brother Kane was doing just Brother Kane things, quoting the scriptures or something. So that's where you're at. You guys obviously are suffering from some serious hunger problems, namely the hunter, who's supposed to be the one who can feed themselves.
Yep.
Are you, in fact, starving yet?
Yes.
Thought so.
So, yeah. My fortitude is stupid low. So I'm actually, my fortitude is 16.
What? That is stupid low. How did that happen?
Because mechanics get a -10 on, yeah, because of my build, basically.
Because you
my
made
character.
choices. That's what I'm hearing.
Choices were made.
And now you regret them, possibly. It's
Yeah, I
probably
might
alright.
be dead already. I don't know.
No, you're not dead already. All right, so your fortitude -10, and your hunter, so +5. So you should have only had a -5 to your. Oh, this is what led it to 15. -5. So it should have started with 20. How did it go down from there?
Hold on. I have my character creation. So mechanic is my primary, and it gets
-10.
-10.
Oh, the hunter doesn't.
And then-
Oh, no, you're right. If your hunter is
Yeah.
secondary, it doesn't help you.
Yeah.
You're
And then
right.
I added a point to try and make things
That's
even.
fine. No, that's
basically.
fine. That's totally fine.
But you're going to make a roll, and you're going to make it by 1. So that point's going to be the most important point you ever spent.
Hopefully.
She doesn't have to make a roll. What does happen, though, is that her starving level is ridiculously low.
But also, I start out with 4 food units for my character. So should I just apply those?
So where are you at in the starving level? You're starving? Are you emaciated yet?
What's modified fortitude? Because it's modified fortitude divided by 2.
Oh, well, because starving minus is 10, right? I think I disregarded that. So disregard that. It's just whatever your fortitude divided by 4 is. So 4 in this case.
Yeah.
So then, and then so fortitude divided, so 8. So it should be 12. How many food units have you? How much food damage have you taken?
12.
12. All right, so you're right. You have become emaciated.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a problem.
I figured it would be.
Yeah.
But I have tools and things that give me advantage on things, so at least I won't be too terrible off.
Yeah, for a new character, I also started with 4 units of food.
Yeah,
Could we
go ahead.
possibly
Go ahead and
throw all those at it? And,
Yeah, consume those, because I'd rather you guys not be emaciated at the beginning of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, take all 4 of mine off there also.
Thank you.
Yeah, because what ends up happening is if you're emaciated, you get disadvantage on all rolls and a -2 to your initiative.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're starving, which you have to be first, right, to be emaciated, you get a -10 to all base stats and -2 to your initiative. So your initiative would be -4, and yeah, that's where the modified fortitude comes in. But I think I changed that. Like I thought about changing that, and I think I'm going to leave it changed so that, because I realized if you modify the fortitude, then it's like you're starving, and then you become emaciated faster than you got starved, right? And it's like, whoa, that is a bit of a problem. Yeah, so basically everything would be at -10 and disadvantage, and you'd have -4 to your initiative. So like you're basically useless for most of what's going to be happening in this adventure. It's fine if it's a campaign, like a real campaign. If you played this character before and this was like your second or third time, I'd be like, well, I mean, hey, you didn't eat.
Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah.
Even at -4 initiative, you'd still be faster than me.
It's true. But with also having -10 to everything and disadvantage, it sort of puts her in a lurch where she's having a hard time accomplishing tasks. Which makes sense if you're an emaciated
as the fighty character that
as one of the fighty characters, yes, that's definitely a problem. If we had 6 players, I would probably just make it so that you were stuck that way. But it's 3 of you, so whatever. All right, so you got to eat your 4 food units, which means you're not emaciated anymore. You're just starving, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you will suffer -10 to all base stats and a -2 to your initiative.
Okay.
So we'll adjust your initiative real fast, and then we can begin. I know, boring stuff to start off with, but this is what happens when you run a game. Bookkeeping. So we're going to -2 until you eat. You still get 3 action phases, though, so that works out.
Yep.
Just barely.
Yeah.
I like the continuous zooming in and out on your new webcam, by the way. Nice.
I can change it if you want, but the lighting is going to suck.
It's fine. It's totally fine. All right. Okay, so that's where you guys are at. We've got the opening. The weather is overcast, and there's a light rain, which sucks for you that are outside the compound. It sucks for everybody. It sucks for everyone on the wall. You essentially get disadvantage on all long-range attacks. You who are outside, both of you have to make a resilience roll for me. And you're going to be avoiding the light damage from the cold ass rain.
So is resilience also -10?
No, it's shit. No,
I can do the math real quick. I just want to make sure.
Yes,
that
it would be.
rolling.
It would be because it would be -10 for both of the stats. So
oh shit,
-5
okay.
for both, so -10. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I failed also. 67 out of 32.
Okay, that's fine.
I got a 62 out of 22.
That's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's not a problem. You guys are not like. This is what's gonna happen. Is you're going to take 2 points of damage. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah. It's light rain. You know what's nice about naming things the way that I named them is that it's really cool because I could say it's a light rain, therefore causes light damage. An average rain causing average damage. It worked out beautifully. This is like the 4th time where I've encountered that where I could just be like, light rain, 1d4. Woohoo.
Whee!
I'm a accidental genius. Okay. So you're asleep. We've covered that one. There we are. All right. So now the last thing I need you guys to roll for me is it's resolve, I believe. Well, I can find it fast. Resolve. Yep. Needed you to roll resolve. And then we'll get into the game session, serious game session.
All right. I got a great success.
Okay.
I got a single level of success.
Okay. Brother Kane?
Single success.
Okay, you guys are fine. That was what I wanted to know. All right, so you're asleep. Start with you, Joseph. Joseph, you're sleeping. Your dream is a normal dream at first. Things are fine. But then it begins to... You walk through some field, past some trees in your dreamland, dreamscape, and it starts to become a little bit more real. You find yourself standing on some blue sands with a purple sky. Everyone that you know is around you. They're just doing their normal things, except that they all have some sort of weird gray-green skin. They look normal just with gray-green skin, and when they talk, it's this weird, jarbled, bizarre language. You still seem to understand them, but it's just kind of weird. You know what they're saying in your dream, but it's blurbles and strange things. Also, you notice when you're standing on the sand that things seem to be going in reverse. Sand rolls up instead of down. Things seem to be putting themselves back into place rather than falling. You can't really tell what's happening. It just seems strange. You and your friends begin walking up backwards up a blue dune when one of the friends says to you, you never really understand a person in that jarbled language. You never really understand a person until you consider things from their point of view, until you can climb inside their skin and walk around in it. While you're contemplating this, there's a shadow descends over you, and when you look up, you see what appears to be some kind of alien ship blocking out the sun. It heaves in a deep breath and settles over you in your dream, and that's what happens in your dream.
Oh, I think that'd probably wake him up.
Which is when you wake up. For the rest of you, okay, we'll start with Artemis. Artemis, because you are in the woods, so you get this. Artemis, while he's sleeping, you hear something in the woods. It doesn't seem to be making any attempts to shield itself. It just seems to be whirring and whizzing.
Is it coming toward me, or is it just kind of there?
It's coming. It sounds to me like it's coming towards you. It's this sort of whir. What apocalypse did you survive?
Time.
Okay. Yeah. So you hear this whirring and whizzing towards you. It does seem to be coming closer to you.
Okay. I think she would still wake up Adam because there's something coming towards us, and it's just us and nondescript NPC. So I would want all of us to be aware in case something happens. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you go to wake them up, you see as it whizzes past overhead some kind of machine that has 4 rotors on the ends, one on each end, and then it whizzes by really quick as it buzzes along. You then start as you're waking them up. You hear the sound of more of those same sounds.
Like coming from the direction the first one came from, going that
East.
and like
Coming from the east, heading towards you.
And going in the direction of the compound.
Correct.
Presumably.
Right, because they're headed west. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm like shaking you, trying to wake you up.
Okay.
Yeah, he sits up with a start.
Shh, 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 shh.
What is it?
Do you hear that?
He gives a listen. Damnable aliens, demons. Who knows something's out there?
I also wake up the NPC.
As you do, you hear this crunching, chomping. Go ahead and roll perception for me.
Okay.
It's crunch, crunch. It sounds like leaves crunching. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Still kind of lost in his dream. Adam kind of just holds his hand up. It was a vision I believe I saw.
35 out of 45.
Okay.
And that's with the -10.
As you wake up the guy, you look up at the sound and you see before you a round metal object with 6 legs coming off of it, and it's walking through the trees towards you guys. It's not coming directly towards you. It's kind of off, but it is going to pass by you relatively closely.
Can I roll like science or mechanics to try and identify what the fuck that is?
I mean, obviously you can tell it's a robot, but go ahead and
Okay.
roll your mechanics to see if you can figure out what kind of robot you're looking at.
38 out of 60 modified, so 1 level of success.
Got it. And you don't have robotics, right? Oh, you didn't survive the robot uprising. So
Right.
you don't have robotics. Did you, as a member of the compound, did you apply the compound special rules to your character?
I applied like where I live and who I survived with, but that's
Got it.
all I did.
And you didn't pick which of the other apocalypse scenarios you wanted to know about? Theology or
No, like I probably, being who she is, she probably would have gone with robots because
Okay.
mechanics and
I mean, you succeeded. I was
She
just
was
trying to see if I just to make sure in the future when you do this again, 'cause
the
you're gonna,
nature in which.
you're gonna be doing this again a few times. You'll have advantage on your rolls to know what the robots are. So
Okay.
that's academics at that point, and then it just becomes an academics roll. Though mechanics is probably better for you because you're a mechanic. Do you have academics?
I have academics,
Okay.
but I'm skilled in mechanics and just proficient in academics.
That makes sense.
So it's slightly better
Um,
for mechanics.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, so you succeeded.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can tell that it's a demo bot, a demolition bot. From what you know about them, is they're basically just a walking bomb.
Oh, goody. And it's going towards the compound?
It is moving toward the compound.
So still like squatting down over by Adam, I'm gonna whisper, should we stop that before it gets to the compound? Or it's a demolition bot.
Oh, well, perhaps we should. There are many children stuck back there. Children of the Lord Almighty. We can't let such a thing happen. It happened once already. No more apocalypse. And he stands up like a fool with his big giant, cross taken off of a church that he uses as a walking stick, and starts walking forward. The chains of his belt kind of just rattling. Are you coming?
I pull my bow. Which may not be, the most helpful against a robot, but yeah,
I got a stick and a chain.
yeah. I start walking up like with him. I'm wearing hunter's boots, so I don't make any noise. Like I don't increase EAG.
Oh, right. When you move around. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The EAG. That's a
Damn,
good point.
I reminded him.
Thanks for reminding me about the EAG. I totally. Well, it doesn't really apply too much to this adventure. You're already being attacked, or at least robots are nearby.
Yeah.
So it's already sort of like combat's going to happen whether you want it to or not.
Right.
But for those at home, she's moving silently, so she's not increasing the chance that she gets randomly attacked by something in the woods.
And I'm wearing a chain for a belt.
So he's doing the opposite.
Like
so you're
like a
equalizing.
clinking bicycle chains.
And does the camo jacket offer any actual camouflage, or is it just armor? Just out of
So
curiosity.
it does give you advantage on your stealth rolls, sort of thing.
Okay.
I think that's written in under the section, or maybe I ended up. Probably didn't pull it out. Let's see.
I'm scrolling to try and find it. I just wanted to ask
It's right
because that's
here.
what she's wearing.
I may have accidentally dropped it from the information.
Yeah, there's not armor information other than armor level.
Yeah, so I may have dropped it. I'll fix that. But I think maybe it's under the section on EAG, but yeah, it should give you advantage on
Okay.
your stealth rolls.
Okay.
It's leading to that stacking advantage thing if you're a hunter and you're like, I'm wearing a camo jacket, and I'm like, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sneaking up on it, ish, and he's clanking up on it. You guys are going to fight this thing?
Yeah. Can I roll stealth to try and get up behind it rather than trying to shoot it with my bow?
Well, let's see. Why don't you go ahead and roll stealth, and then it's going to roll a perception.
Okay.
And
Mm,
I'm about to be a loud distraction.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't walk up with him. I'm like, and this way?
Okay, so if you're going this way and you're going to cause a distraction, she's going to try to sneak it behind it, and your third guy's just going to run off toward the compound out of fear of like, oh god, robots! Then what we'll do is we'll actually give you advantage again. So that's 2 advantage on that roll, meaning you get a +5 to your stealth.
Okay,
and
but I'm
advantage.
so I basically have a -5 because I had the
Right.
-10.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
okay. Okay, so the first roll was 83 and 80 is my goal. Advantage roll was a 3.
Way better. That is way better.
Yay!
Very nice.
Comparing the 2 successes, it failed. But even if it had, it'd still need, 3 degrees of success to see you. So, good job. It did not see you sneak up behind it. All right, so you can sneak around it while it's paying attention to... Well, let's see if it even notices Clinky Guy.
It's going to notice me.
It does not notice you at first, so you'll have a surprise on it, which is nice. Because it didn't notice you guys at all. You just kind of rolled into the clearing where you were at, and then all of a sudden... it's being attacked. All right, so that being said, because let's write down my initiative. It's got Artemis. I'm sorry, I did this wrong. Let's flip it over. Oh crap, you're both A's. A-R-T, A-D-M, A-D-A-M, because I'm not just going to put A-D-A. And then D-B, the demo bots. Let's see. So I gotta put this up. There we go. 11, 8, and demo bots. 10. Oh, that's resilience. Where is its initiative? Oh, there it is. 10. Okay. 6, 3, 5, 1. Okay. All right, Artemis, you get to go first. It's minus that right there. So Artemis, you're gonna go first.
Okay. Then I'm going to try and use my mechanics tools to disable the robot.
You're gonna try to take it apart? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Fortunately, because you surprised it too, you also get a chance to just like jump on it, crank, and like take it apart before it even is like, it's like, what's happening?
Yeah, and with mechanics tools, I have advantage.
Correct.
So.
Yeah, go for it. Take it apart.
All right, the first one is a 50 out of 60. The second is an 85, so I'll take that 50.
All right,
Single degree of success.
so go ahead and roll 1d4 for taking it apart. What is your special ability?
Grease monkey. Oh, so actually I had double advantage.
Yeah, you did. That's fine. But you also increase that number by another +1, right? So it becomes 2d4 is what you'll roll.
Okay.
Per degree
Yeah,
of
it's
success.
+1 repair quality, so I guess that's also.
Oh no.
damage quality.
Let me see. Repair quality. Hold on. I think I'm reading the wrong piece of information. Okay, so yeah, so it's 1d4 plus 2 is what you'd roll per degree of success. So in this case, you're doing 1d4 plus 2.
Okay.
Yep.
And that is 3, so 5 damage.
Okay, 5 damage to the robot as you take a chunk of armor off.
Mwahaha.
-5. All right, cool. Yeah, making some progress here. Okay, then we go to Adam because it doesn't get to act. Adam.
He kind of stands there and stabs his stick into the ground, so it just kind of stays upright, and slinks the chain off his belt. Soulless demon, you walk in the wrong valley. And he's going to step forward to try and wrangle, or a wrangle attack with his chain to entangle some legs. Because I took wrangling.
I almost took wrangling, and then I was like, I won't use that.
And now,
Yeah, I
and now we're
figure
seeing
it
Wrangling
tied
being
into-
used.
It tied into part of his delusion. He actually uses that for the self-flagellation
Oh,
when he
okay.
thinks he has taken the Lord's name in vain. So I figured that would be like a fun skill to
Yeah.
that he uses on others.
That's funny. I like it.
All right, wrangling. Yes, 29 out of 40. Just a standard success.
2940. I'm trying to find. Why am
Right, I
not
probably should
finding it?
open wrangling rules.
You know, I printed my rules, and then I lost track of the original printing I did. I lost like 4 pages somehow. I had to go back and reprint it. I'm like, I don't know what happened to 4 pages. But so things seem to be a little out of order. All right, so you have wrangled. You did a what is it? Sorry, you got a degree or 1 degree or 2?
Yeah, just one degree.
It's
regular success.
Okay. And it looks like it failed. It did. It failed. All right, so you get it. Actually, you hit it with a chain.
Yep.
1 degree of success. 1 degree of success is just 1 leg. We'll just call it that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's enough.
It has 6 legs.
Yeah.
Start.
All right, cool. You got a leg, and you've wrangled it. It's fine with me. And now that ends the first action phase. Jump back up to Artemis. Artemis, you get to act again.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna continue trying to take it apart.
Okay.
It works. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So I have double initiative. Or not initiative, advantage.
Right.
So the first one was a 79 out of 65, so no. Second one was a 6.
Nice.
So yes, 3
Well,
degrees of success.
He failed the dodge then. So you go ahead and you do 3 degrees of success. So that's 3d4 plus 6 that you're going to do taking it apart.
Okay.
I mean,
3,
that's
2,
how mechanics work against robots.
and 1. So 6 plus what? Or is it
6.
just 6?
6 plus 6, so 12.
Okay. So 12 damage.
17. You have taken some pieces off of it, but you notice that there's like a whole layer of armor between you and the center of this robot. This process is going to take a while to get down, and unless you can find, by sheer luck, some kind of special happy place in which you take an entire chunk of armor off. And then you can maybe get at its inner workings, as it were. But for right now, you're taking it apart. Now, remember, I said it is a walking bomb, so it is something to think about.
Oh, I know, but I'm also trying to keep it away from my home. So
Cool. Well, it's going to act now, and what it's going to do is one of its legs is going to lift up, turn, and rotate, so now it's facing inward, and it's going to try to chop at you. Go ahead and roll your whatever dodge or parry, and it's going to try to attack you.
I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
And I got a 19 out of 62.
So that's 2 degrees.
So it's
of
2
success.
degrees. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It missed. It only got a degree of success. So it missed. It went at your head with its leg, and it missed. Okay. Adam, one of the other legs is going to pick up, so now it's sort of on 2 legs, and it's got 4 legs on the ground. The second leg in, the one not the one you grabbed, is going to lift up, and it's going to try to break the chain.
Ooh. All right.
It fails, however.
Okay, cool.
It fails. It just misses the chain entirely. So you're good. You don't have to do anything to try to keep it safe. That is one of the actions, by the way. If you remember, from when you're wrangled, you have 2 options. You can attack the person, or you can attack the thing holding you. And in this case, we're trying to attack the thing holding it. Mostly because it probably has less component pieces than you have hit points. Right? So...
Yeah.
Just
a
saying.
Chain with some bike locks on it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And Adam, it is Adam's turn.
All right. I'm actually going to try and fling the end of the chain that I'm still holding.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to try and flip that onto one of the other legs.
So wrap it with like another loop in the chain or whatever.
Yeah. Try and catch another bit to grab a second one.
Go for it.
And is there anything I need to do to try and keep the first one still like hooked onto that?
That's a good question. That does seem like it's a sort of a more complicated action than just trying to hook it. Let's just say you have disadvantage on your attempt. We'll just go with that. That seems reasonable enough. And easy to keep track of.
Ooh, with disadvantage, that is not good. That's a failure. But I think I want to use or make 1 use of my faith ability.
Oh, okay. So you're going to reroll?
Reroll up to 3 failed rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to reroll this one. Yeah, and it doesn't count against the luck use.
Right.
That's really cool.
Yeah, if you're a person who's got a super high luck and you have faith, then you're pretty set.
I basically have 8 uses of rerolls through luck and faith. That's cool. I failed again.
Okay.
Aw.
Fortunately, though,
Have to
it
keep that
doesn't
one.
fall off the other legs. You still have the one leg tethered up, essentially.
Cool.
Cool. All right, and now back to Artemis. You're the last person to act in this action phase.
Okay. Can I study it to try and find where I would need to take off, like, bits to get at the Mushy Core Center? You know.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we're forgetting. We have been forgetting things like, you know, you have two actions you can take as a complex action, right? You take, because it's complex actions, you have 2 of them. So we're forgetting things like aiming. We've been skipping that part. Yeah, you can do like a cool, like, sort of take a moment to look at it, and give yourself advantage on your next attempt. It's like take aim.
So would that be like triple advantage then? I would roll twice and get plus 10?
No, you would still roll once, but you get a plus 10. Oh yeah, you'd roll twice. You roll with advantage, and then you get a plus 10.
Okay.
So.
Then, yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you study it for a moment and then go, I think right here, and then go for it. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, the first one is 19 out of 70. And the second one is 32 out of 70. So that's 2 degrees of success. With the 19.
Okay, so when you went to go in... Nah, I'm just going to give it to you. Screw the dodging. Okay, so 2 degrees of success?
Yes, 2.
Okay, then it is 2d4 plus 4.
Okay. That is 9 damage.
Okay. And you went for that targeted, like, special thing, so I'm going to go ahead and double that.
Woo!
So 18. 34. Okay, you managed to take a plate off of it. Just one large plate piece comes down. But there's yet another layer of armor underneath. This thing is fairly well protected. There's a lot of armor still on it, but you do have what appears to be a thin layer of metal between some inner workings and the outer workings. You may just be able to puncture this with some kind of screwdriver or something if you wanted to. That's how thin it is. But there is still yet more plating and more armor on this thing.
Okay.
But you've taken a large piece off the back. And it's a ball, so it's like you took a like a half circle off, right?
Awesome.
A half
sphere,
as it were. Okay, and that ends the action phase. At the start of this next combat round, you guys hear the whirring buzz as several more of those drones, those machine things with rotors on all 4 corners, fly overhead. And just to your left, another one of these walker balls seems to come out of the trees.
Is it coming towards us?
It is not coming towards you.
Okay.
Artemis, it's your action. What do you do?
I'm kind of hesitant to stab it with the screwdriver because I don't want to get electrocuted. So, how close is Adam to the demolition bot right now? Like, still
Adam,
like a kind of a ways?
Well, so you have a chain, right? So what is it, probably short range that you are from it?
Yeah, it's short range.
So he's
probably...
Yeah, probably about
5-6 feet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too.
Okay, then not doing that. I'm just gonna try and take it apart a little bit more.
I think she was intending to try to make it
first.
self-destruct.
Yeah.
Maybe.
See what happens when it goes off. All right, so you're going to do a little studying, and then you're going to go after it again.
Yes.
Okay.
No, 98. No.
Okay.
And second roll is 61 out of 70, so 1 degree of success.
Okay, so it's 1d4 plus 2 times 2.
6 times 2.
12.
So
Cool. This time you have taken that piece off, and you have easy access to its gyros, levers, and gears. All of its little moving parts are now like ticking and whirring in front of you, and there's one metallic cylinder right in the center of it, which you're relatively sure is its explosive device.
Bomb.
Yeah. Just based on the fact that everything else seems to be moving parts, and then there's just this sitting non-moving part, right? And you're like, it's probably its bomb.
I'm real close to a lot of C4 or whatever this is. Like, ugh.
All right, so it's going to try to rotate to get you off. So basically what's going to happen is it's making a movement action. It's going to make 2 movement actions. And so you're going to have to try to roll. You're not actually on it though, right?
No.
Okay. You're going to roll dodge for me twice though to avoid being like hit or stomped on by its feet as it rotates.
Okay.
And then Adam, you're going to have to roll a strength to resist it trying to pull away from you on the chain.
All right, this is set up for failure.
1 degree of success on the first dodge, and 1 degree of success on the second one.
All right, that's fine.
I rolled 34 to 35. I actually kind of hang on.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Awesome.
totally. You guys. So it tries to stamp you out, and it misses on its like stomping with its legs, but it doesn't get to rotate all the way around like it was going to do like a 360 rotation. But it can't because Adam keeps hold of that chain, so it can't really rotate. It ends up sort of pivoting around this one leg that he's pulling on, so it stays in place. It's not going anywhere. And now it becomes Adam's action.
All right, again, similar complex action. He's going to try and loop loop a second leg. Try and get that out of the equation.
Okay. Do you want to try to like take aim to give you advantage to then negate the disadvantage you're going to get for trying to loop it?
Actually, yeah. I'll take aim. I was assuming complex action took the whole time there. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I will
well,
aim first.
So the complex actions are any actions like shooting and fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you get
trying
2 of
to
those.
hold one leg on the chain and.
I guess you're
route the
right. Yeah, I
second.
guess you're right. So just go ahead and go for it.
All right. I didn't
Yeah.
drop the chain completely, which is good.
Okay. All right. So that's your action. Goes back to Artemis. Artemis, what do you want to
So would it be mechanics to try and just disable it now that I've got
Mhm.
like access to?
do? So demolitions falls under tech use. Do you have tech use?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you can
I'm
roll
just
tech
not
use.
as good at it.
Of course not. You're a goose monkey. But you do have tech use, and so you can
Okay.
go ahead and use tech use to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna study it for a little bit before I do that.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and disable it. Okay, so studying it gives me advantage or just gives me plus?
Yeah, it gives you advantage, and so.
Okay,
only
so the
stacking
first
advantage.
roll was 88 out of 55.
Mhm.
And the second roll was 18. That's a lot better.
Nice.
2 degrees of success.
Okay, cool. You can totally remove that device, or at least disable it. Not necessarily remove it, but disable it so that it can't
Yeah.
go off by simply, adjusting some of its wiring, its circuitry, because demolitions, man. You're like, okay, cut the red wire. It's good. So you have disabled the bomb before it
Okay.
went off.
Before the end of my turn, I'm going to say as much. It's not a bomb anymore.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't yell it because he's really close, but I say it loud enough for him to hear.
Correct. Yeah. All right. Cool. It no longer has the chest bomb special ability.
Yay.
All right. You've disabled the bomb. You have set us up the bomb. All right. It will try again to attack you guys. So both of you are gonna have to. Well, it can't attack. It can't attack Adam. Adam's too far away. It's gonna attack the chain. So let's do that real fast. It fails. And then Artemis, it's gonna try to attack you. It fails again. It just
Okay.
got a 99, so it just failed. There's no way that hit.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna have you roll. That was just bad. Okay, so it missed on both of those, which then makes Adam's action.
All right. I'm actually going to Oh, how do I do that? Yeah, I'm going to slink the chain off of that one leg and try and grab one of the legs that are, kind of in the same area as the panels she's been ripping off. I want to try and get one of those pulled out of the way so she's got a better chance at getting in there. Seeing that she's pulling plates off and
there's like a
ripping into
pile
wires.
of metal behind me or something.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try to step in and then grab the leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get the chain wrapped on one of those legs and get that out of the way.
Oh, you're gonna do the wrangle. Got it. You're wrangling. I was confused.
Yeah, the wrangling. Yeah.
Okay.
Nope,
go
my
for it.
bad. Context, Joe. Context.
Would that be a called shot? I guess that would be a called shot, wouldn't it? Called shot limb. You're not at disadvantage in any other way, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, you can totally do a called shot. Disadvantage, but it's a called shot. So you would hit what you want.
Oh. No go.
I don't think that's how that happened. I'm gonna use
42 out of
deja vu.
40.
She doesn't remember it happening that way, Adam.
Oh, nice. That's a reroll?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I
That is
mean,
a great ability.
deja vu. She
Hey,
remembered
there's a
having-
36 out of 40.
There you go.
Actually, never mind the... Oh, yeah, that's right. Disadvantage. It has to be the 36.
Okay. There you go.
Yay!
Yeah. Don't you
It
love
still
it?
works, though. It still works.
Yeah, it's great when she remembered it differently. So, all right, you got it. You got the leg. She's remembering this for some reason.
That's an awesome ability.
Deja vu. I don't know.
Yeah, I appreciated that one when I put it in. I was excited for that.
Yeah.
And I have ever since then have seen it used quite nicely. Leads to some cool drama. Okay, so you managed to wrap up that leg.
Yeah.
Artemis, you now have your final action of this combat round. You have advantage again for whatever you do because he's pulling the leg out of the way.
Okay, so
Unless you choose to go after the
Essentially-
other robot.
no, I'm
Which
going
case is not
after the
helping.
one that we're on. So I'm gonna try and well, I guess I'm just gonna do mechanics, like just take apart the robot.
Okay.
Especially since I can get to like the core now. Like,
Yep, you can.
So I have advantage from my kit, advantage from Grease Monkey, and advantage because he's holding on to that leg.
Correct.
So I essentially have advantage +5 because I had a -10.
Correct.
Would
Well-
this count as teamwork? Campaign rules, trusting. I can add if I make that, there's a +5.
Technically,
degrees of
no,
success.
because in the case of a teamwork role, you have to be rolling the same kind of thing, like you're working together on a project, right?
Yeah. I just
Um,
figured I'd throw it out there and check.
That's a good point. But she already has 3, like, triple advantage, and so
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that would really be that big of a help in comparison to her triple advantage she's got going on. But I mean,
Well, I was thinking the
every
other
little
half of
helps.
the other half of the teamwork, add the extra +5 for higher degrees of success.
right. So the moral of the story is that when you do teamwork, instead of doing +5 per degree of success, you do +10 per degree of success. And so, but you're already giving her advantage from holding the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even the same roll, but yeah, that's cool though. No.
So my first roll was a 61 out of 75. My second roll was a 5 out of 75.
Okay. That's 3 degrees of success, so that's 3d4 plus 6. Go ahead and roll that for me.
Okay. 1, 4, and 2, so 13.
All right. Because you can get at its inner core, I'm just going to go ahead and hand wave this particular action. Technically, you didn't do enough to kill it, but I'm going to say that because of this triple advantage, because of the leg holding, because of the fact you've already disabled the bomb, so you could just be like, I don't care, I'll just reach into this thing. It's not going to blow up in my hand anymore.
Right.
So we'll just go ahead and say that you removed its central processing unit, which shuts the whole thing down. Just right, because it doesn't have a processor anymore to tell it what to do. So it just turns off. It is now just a hunk of metal, and you hold in your hand a CPU for a robot system.
So
Pocket
2
it.
gigahertz processor.
I see you were quick to point out that it wasn't a bomb anymore. would have been nice to know that it was a bomb in the first place.
I told you it was a demolition bot.
That doesn't tell me bomb.
At this point now, the end of the second round. Brother, you're on the wall.
Yes.
No, it's seriously. I have it written in the notes. You guys have, according to where you are, you were aware of the attack before it reaches the compound and can attempt to end the attack. You were isolated from the PCs. You have 2 combat rounds before it reaches the compound, and you guys were. It says right here. People on the wall will have 2 combat rounds to act before the bots completely clear the trees and get to the wall. I essentially broke it down into like 2 combat round segments, and so you guys just had 2 combat rounds in which you got to try to stop the attack. And now we're on to Brother. Brother, on the wall. You're on the wall, and you hear this whirring buzz sound. Everybody that's guarding that wall, on the east wall that you're on, hears it and becomes aware of it. And as you're looking over, you see coming out of the trees 4 of the sort of hovering drones with propellers on the 4 corners.
On the east side?
On the east side, the side you're on.
Okay.
So the deal about the wall is that you're on the wall. You're high enough up that it's basically level with your eyes, because it doesn't realize that you guys are 20 feet in the air, and so you're level with it as it comes out of the trees. However, on the wall, there are turrets. There's a couple of turrets on the wall, as you guys may remember from previous descriptions of the wall. There are weapons up there. So you will get to act before they act, but it doesn't look like they have weapons of any kind. There's no guns hanging off of it, no machines like parts, no laser beams. It just seems to be hovering, coming out of the trees and hovering towards you. 4 of them. So what do you want to do?
How big are they?
They're about the size of a shoebox or a cat. Not very big, but not small either.
So they don't seem to have troops in them or anything that we could.
No. They're too small. Unless the troops are like pixie sized. Yeah, then they're probably not carriers. They could be holding, however, a bunch of little drop bombs or something.
I have terrible ballistic skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming, because originally wasn't there like an M250 caliber on the wall?
Yes.
I'm assuming that somebody who can shoot it is there.
Correct. Yeah.
And I'm going to yell at him to shoot. And isn't there like an old like World War II crank siren?
There is. That was how the previous attacks were notified. You notified the compound.
Then I will crank the siren.
Cool. All right. So you can go to the siren. You start cranking it. Yeah. Because remember that was in the one adventure. That's what happened. You were like, oh crap, something's happening inside the compound.
Like,
yeah, because all of a sudden, yeah, for those that remember. Okay, so you got the crank going, and you're gonna shout. Now, do you want to do you have command?
I don't think so.
If you did, I mean,
it's such a cool skill.
You could still try. You just roll a disadvantage.
Okay, and it's what, charm?
Yeah, it's based on your charisma. It's command. It's a charisma-based skill. You give. No,
I do not have it.
Okay, but you can still roll it at disadvantage. Yeah, it is a cool skill.
So out of a 45, I got a 76.
Okay,
but I can use faith and try it again.
You could. Yeah.
It still has the disadvantage.
Both have faith.
Right? They're both priests.
That's amazing. So we have deja vu and faith for both. So we're just like, we're re-rolling. Fuck this.
Right.
It's a game of re-rolls today.
George Michael got shit on us.
Okay, failed again. That's fine. Yeah, the command, right? The command, just per degree of success, you give a +5 to the person to that action that they're going to take that you told them to do. But you failed, so it's fine. They're just going to make it at their own stat ability. Okay, so you start rolling crank to alert everyone. So right as you guys finish that robot, you start hearing that coming from the wall.
At least they noticed.
Okay, so there are 3 machine guns. One fails, and one got a critical success. Okay, so They're the two, like, they just start shooting, which now means I can hit play on my little sound thing over here. Yeah. Oh, wait. Wrong one. Stupid sound files. Get out of my way. There we go. You guys can't hear it, but people at home can hear it.
Yeah, I'm a little sad we can't hear it.
I know, right? But you can go watch the video afterwards. There's essentially just Warzone background noise. There's gunfire and random ricochets and, like, you know, stuff like that. Some helicopter noises. So those at home are hearing what appears to be some kind of war zone. There we go. Okay, so yes, so the guns start going off. There's gunfire. The tracking of two of the machine guns seems to miss as the drones kind of move away, but then one just nails it square on. Okay, the damage for the machine turret is M. 2d6 plus 3. Not very much. But then it gets multi-attack. Another 2d6 plus 3. Sweet. And third shot. Failed. Okay, so it does 26 laser drone. Oh, cool. Dude. Just blows the drone, just shatters into pieces. Pieces go flying everywhere, and just rain down onto the trees. The first shot didn't hit it. It was the second shot that killed it, but it still did pretty well.
Does it seem exceptionally big explosive, like it hit an explosion, or just what you would expect cinematography?
What you'd expect from shooting a plastic metal device thing. It just bursts into pieces. There's maybe a little spark, but not like a huge explosion, not like a giant cloud of smoke or anything. Just like a and it goes falling down in pieces. So no, it doesn't have like a tremendous explosion like it was carrying a bomb.
It wasn't built by Jerry Buckheimer.
It was not. It was not. Okay, so now the drones get to act. Because they have... Technically, the drone should have acted first, but you saw them first, so you get to act. All right, drones, get to act now. And they're going to try to fly over you guys. So they're going to make a movement. Oh, they have mobile, so they're going to move. I'm going to move some more. Okay, so they get to the wall. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to fly up to the wall. Brother, what do you do?
I'm assuming that none of them are within hammer strike.
They are actually. One of them is within hammer strike. Because they both came up to the wall, so they're like basically right where you guys are, about eye level.
Okay, if I can smite it, I will smite it.
You can smite it. It's right there.
I got a 3 out of 70. I believe that's a critical success.
3 out of 70? That's a amazing success. It's a 3 degrees success. Yeah, not a critical. That's 0-1. You didn't get a 0-0-1.
Oh, okay.
But that's fine. All right, so it's going to try to dodge. It's got a pretty good dodge. But it fails its dodge. It doesn't even get 1 degree of success, so it gets 0 degrees of success. All right, so you go ahead and hit it.
What would the damage be? I believe it's an H, or...
Yeah, for your hammer? Is it sledgehammer, right? Sledgehammer? Or normal?
Yes.
Yes. Sledgehammer is H. And your build is just normal? Or is it
normal.
Big? Okay, yeah, just H. So 1d6 plus 3.
Okay, but do I get any bonuses for the advantage, or...
What's that?
Because of the critical success, do I get any...
It wasn't a critical success, so it's just 3 degrees of success. You just managed to hit it well enough that it would have had a hard time dodging.
Okay, 7.
Cool. 7. So, drones. Go over here, brother. Drones. Oh yeah, the helicopter sound is starting in. So now it just sounds like roto drones. Okay, my brother is 12-7. 2. Alright, so the drone. Okay. Got it. Nice solid hit. It sort of rocks a little bit. And turns to face you. Rotates. So it's gonna try to back up. So it's basically moving directly backwards after facing you. So it's essentially moving along the catwalk that you're standing on, just backwards. So you could move toward it if you you wanted to.
Okay.
However, it took, because it has mobile, it moved back 2 distances from you. It is now mid-range. You would have to... Well, you have the sledgehammer, so you have reach.
I have a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
So I could move up 1 and still hit it, right?
Correct. That is correct. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Then So if it's my turn, I shall smite it again.
It is your action, yep. You move up and then try to hit it with a reach. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
49 out of 70, 1 success.
Okay, it got 0 successes, so you hit it again.
And 4 points of damage this time.
4 points of damage, okay. Minus 4. Okay. One of its rotors sparks and smokes a little bit. It's losing a little bit of its wobbly control. It is still up, like floating there, but it is wobbling. Meanwhile,
and I will quote the sacred.
What?
When you're finished, though.
No, go for it.
I'm going to quote the sacred book of Saint Jewel. The truth is that you are the weak, and I am the tyranny of evil men. And I'm trying, Ringo. I'm trying really hard to be the shepherd.
All right, so one of the other drone flies over the wall. There's still one more drone it's being shot at. Oh yeah, I forgot to roll that. Oh no, it totally got destroyed. All right, that was a critical success on the part of the guy shooting it. Blows.
Nice.
So there's only 2 that have survived. Okay. That was, and now it is your turn again, brother.
Okay, I will smite it again. That is a 61 out of 70. 1 success.
1 success. All right, let's see if it's dodged at disadvantage because it is having trouble. Okay, so it manages to dodge. Like it flies backwards and misses. The hammer comes down and just misses it. And then it's going to rotate and start to fly away. Into the compound. Okay. So, that being 1... Yeah, okay, cool. Jump back to you guys in the forest real fast. That robot that is next to you that just came out of the woods is now continuing toward the compound at its walking pace, which is basically the same as everyone's walking pace except Yukane. So it's moving toward the compound. It's moved 2 distances toward it. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna run after it.
Okay.
Yep. I'm also going to pursue.
Okay. Do either of you have fleet-footed?
No.
Okay. So you
No,
both
no,
move.
no.
You both move toward it, which puts you right at it at the end of the round. Okay, back to you at the wall. The drones, the 2 drones, the one you've beaten on that seems to be having trouble hovering, and one of the other ones has made it into the compound, and it's doing nothing but looking, just stopped and hovering, and it's just sitting there.
It's out of range now?
It is out of range unless you want to throw something at it or jump off the wall and go after it and try to chase it.
The wall is how far? 20 feet or?
It's 20 feet up, yeah.
So I'm going to turn around real quickly and look to see if that was a diversion, if anything's coming up behind us.
Good point. As you look, coming out of the trees is one of the same sort of things I've described to them. Essentially, what looks to be like some kind of basketball with legs, 6 legs, comes out of the east woods, but far, far to the south, well beyond where they were, so that's why they didn't see it. But it is there on the south end of the east wall.
So I'm trying to get the gunners' attention and point it out to the gunners.
Okay. Go ahead and, well, you wouldn't have to roll anything. All right, so you're going to get their attention and go, over there, over there, over there, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they see it. Let's see if they can shoot at it. The one nearest to it, he gets he missed on the first shot. Got it on the second shot. I'm betting missed on the third. All right. So what is its stats for dodge? No. Okay, so the one nearest shoots and just misses it. The bullets just sort of bounce to the ground. The other guy also misses, so the guns are missing this robot. You in the woods. The robot makes one move forward. Oh wait, first I gotta roll to see if it sees you guys. It totally sees you guys because it got a 9. What is your stealth again? How many degrees of success was your stealth? I guess you weren't stealthing chase it, huh?
Yeah, we just chased. I didn't try to stealth.
Okay. Yeah, it totally
like I'm
sees
not
you guys.
making a ton of noise, but I wasn't trying to be quiet.
Right, you weren't trying to like hide in the shadows and move with trees. It sees you guys, so it's going to rotate and move one away from you, but it's rotating as like its body so that its legs are between you and its main core. And you guys get to act. So Artemis, what do you do?
So I'm one distance away, so can I like try and hook around so that I end up behind it so that I can resume what I was doing to the first robot?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. But the movement makes it so I can't essentially take aim, right? I can either move or take aim.
Correct.
Okay. So
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so you move. And then you can act.
Okay, so I am going to just try and take it apart again.
Okay.
Yeah. So this time I just have the 2 advantages.
I just have
And
2
that's-
advantages. It's fine.
Just. That's a 16 on the first roll and a 35 on the second roll, and my mechanics is 65 right now. So that's 3 degrees of success. 2 degrees? 3. 13. Yeah.
Is it 1 or 2 degrees? Of success?
Math.
2 degrees?
It's 2 degrees. Yeah.
Let's 2d4 plus 4 damage to it. The best part about it is these are robots that just have armor points, and that's what you're attacking directly. So it doesn't get any like it's special things like hardened and stuff where it negates damage don't apply to you taking it apart. That's the upside to what you're doing. Versus just as like to let you in, brother, you were hitting it pretty solidly and you would have destroyed the drone, but it negates damage because it's tough. And so it was negating some of your damage. Otherwise you would have broken it in pieces. Just putting that out there. The first hit would have probably taken it down. I don't remember how much damage it did, but on my notes it was too small. Okay, it is going to lunge its legs up and attack with all 3. So it's rocking back on 3 legs and putting its body on the ground.
It hits. I got a 97.
Okay, so it hits you once, but it misses on the second one. So you will take 1 point of damage.
Phew.
It's not a particularly strong battle bot. But now it's 3 attacks. Okay. Adam, what do you do?
All right. Again, true to form, he's going to rear back with the chain, try and whip a leg. And then command skill, I want to yell out, just like you did with the last one, sister. Praise the Lord, take that thing apart.
Cool. Go ahead and roll a command for me real fast.
All right. That's so lame. Roll the 76 out of 70. I'm going to use a faith. Using a faith.
Okay.
I can't fail when I got a 70. That just feels bad. 62 out of 70. 1 success.
1.
Woo!
So you get a +5 on your next roll.
Okay.
Okay. Now go ahead and roll your trying to chain it.
Yeah. Nope. That was a 42 of 40. It just didn't seem to hook up on the leg.
I missed. You were too busy shouting.
Slid off. Yep.
Yeah.
Attention was drawn somewhere else.
Right. Okay. Artemis, it is your action.
Okay. So I have +5 from command.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna study it now that I'm closer and start taking it apart.
Okay.
And the second roll is a 79, so I'll take that too.
Okay. Whoa. Let's see if he gets a chance to even get that much. Nope, it does not dodge any way, shape, or form. All right. So 3 degrees of success, 3d4 plus 6.
Okay. So 2 plus 3 plus 4, so 17 damage.
Okay. And you were
Right.
taking aim with that thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Giving you that. So that is a lot. Okay. Again, just like the last robot, you managed to take a big chunk of it off in one swoop. You just pull the whole bottom piece off. Now that you're used to like where its little joints and locks are, what screw it needs to actually hold all of those pieces together. In true to form, as he said, just like the last one, sister, you take it apart. So it now has that exposed thin sheet underneath, that thin metallic plate that's there. It is going to try to attack you again with all 3 of its legs. Go ahead.
Success.
All right, it missed in all 3 cases. Its legs just go.
Yeah.
It's getting at you. It's not very good. And multi-attack, has disadvantage on the attacks, and so the second and third attacks. So he's just not doing great. Anyway, so it missed on all 3 of those attacks, and then goes to Adam. What do you want to do? It actually has an exposed underside now. You can see the free plate because that bottom piece has come down.
All right. Gonna swing the chain right into that, or like these hunks of locks. Try and knock
God.
the thing down.
Okay.
Oh God.
Yeah, this is such a terrible idea.
I could see why he would do that though, but still. Ah.
There's a bomb on the other side.
He's not so knowledgeable on robots.
Right?
Although that's potentially not very good either. It's a failure, whichever way you want to run.
But it's not a crit fail, so maybe we don't die.
It does not crit fail. You miss. You just whiff it. It missed dodging, but it's fine. Okay, so you just sort of miss the thing entirely, and then comes back to Artemis. It is your action at the end of this combat round. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and remove more so that I can disable it again.
Got it.
So, study, then remove.
Got it. Okay, go for it.
63 out of 65 for the first roll. Ah, lost a die. And 11 out of 65 for the second roll.
Okay, so that's 2 or 3 degrees. That's 3 degrees, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 3 degrees.
Okay, 3d4 plus 6, because it dodged it. An 85, which is not enough.
6 plus 1, so 7 plus 13.
13? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So when you go to take the piece off, you somehow remove its battery on accident. When you're taking the piece off, it again shuts down. It just goes. Brrr. It's dead. You've killed it. You've killed it, Jim.
Can I keep its battery?
You can keep its battery. That's component pieces for you. Yeah. So that's a complex part. The battery. In fact, it has a 28-volt battery. Which is actually it's 28, so 7 complex parts, as one battery. It's a robot battery, man. Yes. So you have a pretty effective robot battery. It's not the most effective. It's the second most effective battery. So you have a pretty good battery. This is an awesome battery. It's almost like a car battery, but it's not as heavy because it's dense and compact. But it's
How many complex parts did you say?
7 complex parts
7,
of
okay.
battery. You also have a bomb in here that's just hanging out inside this shutdown robot.
Yeah, but I'm afraid of setting it off trying to salvage it. That's why I didn't go after the other one.
True, you have 2 bombs now, just sitting here. Okay, so back to the wall. Brother, there is 1 robot that you have to deal with, because these guys fortunately took care of the other 2. It's hanging
Is
out.
this a
no
walker
trophy.
or a flyer? Or?
It's a walker. It's the walker thing. It's a ball with legs, and the flyers are still hovering inside the compound. I'm
Okay.
not sure what they're doing.
How close is it to the wall?
It's a distance away. It's currently mid range from the wall.
They still have ammo in the M2s.
They do.
I'm gonna point it out to the M2s.
Yeah, they're okay. They'll just keep shooting at it then.
Can I try a command at a disadvantage?
Yeah, go for it.
It would be a 30, which I think that's under my charisma. Yeah, so 30 out of 45.
Yay!
If it wasn't disadvantage, it would have been a 10.
Cool. All right, so that's great actually, because you gave them some bonus. Essentially, what happened was that all 3 shots hit because I applied it to the second shot rather than the first shot because the first shot was a success anyway. The second shot became a success because of your command, and then the third shot was a success. So it hit all 3 shots.
It was not me. It was the Lord.
20 plus 21, 20 plus 18. Wow. Okay. So it doesn't take it out, but it chops off 2 of its legs, and causes significant punctures into its body. The other gunner fires, misses, critically fails. Okay, so on the second shot, with the other gunner that can get at it without like significant problems. The third one's too far away. Like he could shoot at it, but it's just gonna like pelt the trees rather than the angle. He just can't get the angle right. The second shot on the second gun causes some kind of jam. It critically failed, and so the belt feeder just stops for whatever reason, and they're trying to work on it. They're pounding at it. But yes, so you've done so the gunners have done some significant damage. The walker is going to move to the wall almost. It is short range from the wall, so it's a few feet. It's not below you, it's over there to the south. But there it is, it's near the wall. Your action again, what do you want to do?
I mean, it's not within range, right, for me?
You'd have to climb down off the wall or jump down on top of it.
Okay. Is the machine gun that jammed next to me?
It is.
So can I help him try to unjam it?
You can.
I don't have mechanics, but...
Hold on a sec. Xena. Sorry, my wife just left to go somewhere, and my dog is now barking at the window.
Well, yeah, because there's somebody outside, and they're not giving her attention.
Xena, come here.
But yeah, yelling at my dog is why I keep muting too.
Come here. I'm here.
It happens. It happens.
I think she thinks that I left. And so like, she thought that like she was home alone, and that's why she was barking at the window, because she was trying to get my wife's attention. But now she's at my feet, and now we're all good. The puppy is fine now.
Yay.
Okay, so yeah, what happened to the? Oh.
So it's a mechanics/intelligence skill at disadvantage.
Correct.
Okay.
I just realized the background Warzone sounds ended. To restart them.
Well, we fixed it. It's over.
So both of those were 100s, but can I use faith?
Yeah, if you would like. That is not a problem.
Okay. We got another 100.
Oh no! So that's
Can I apply
300s.
deja vu even though I can't see it?
I'll allow it. See if he gets 104th time. If he does, we'll just say something seriously bad happened. You could also use luckiest per game.
So I got a 69 that time, so it didn't.
At least it doesn't like
At least it's not.
explode
At
on
least it's not a like you broke the gun and permanently forever and ever.
Lost a finger to it.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you still don't really manage to get it. The guy's just kind of working at it. He's gonna try real fast to see if he can get it unjammed. He actually got a 2, so he does manage to get it unjammed.
Yay.
So you were more in his way than you were helping.
Yeah.
And he's like, just get back. And then he like unjams it and relocks it, so that he can keep going, and he's gonna shoot at it along with the other guy. Misses and misses, so he only gets 2 because of the repair. The other guy's gonna shoot. Okay, so that's this. Oh, the minimal damage. Okay.
Oh, womp womp.
Womp womp. Okay, so he only got 1 successful set of rolls, and he, without even the thing dodging, he just didn't get anything, and then he only rolled snake eyes. Okay, so the shots fire all over the place, and some just sort of clip the robot. The robot then gets to the wall, and there's an explosion. Brother, roll for me your dodge. Well, I guess this would be... Which is better for you, dodge or agility?
I think dodge, but let me check. It's the same.
Okay.
So I got 44 out of 50, 1 success.
Okay, 34 out of 50. All right. So the wall shakes and jostles. A lot of the wall on the south end falls down. You're more in the middle, so you're not part of the wall that goes exploding into a burst. You do dodge shrapnel, and you manage to keep a hold of the piece of catwalk that's still standing. However, it's pretty precarious. The wall is probably going to fall down, especially with the weight of you guys standing on the catwalks. You have the opportunity to jump off, or go try to find the ladder, which actually is kind of near where you are. I guess you're only a movement away from the ladder to get up the catwalk, and you can climb down before the rest of it comes tumbling down on you. What do you want to do? Jump.
Are there other people going for the ladder?
Yeah, the guy with the machine gun is going for the ladder.
Then I will jump.
Okay. All right. So you don't have to make an actual athletics jump roll. What you do have to roll for me is resilience from the fall. So roll resilience.
8 out of... I'm sure I made it, but... 8 out of 43, so that's 2 successes.
Okay, so you would negate 4 points of falling damage. However, I rolled snake eyes on the damage, so you negated the fall. So you just land on the ground, hero drop, like, and then you're like,
superhero jump.
Yep. And you land on the ground. You're fine. You're just kind of like, what? The others kind of tumble. Some people jump off. Exactly. Exactly. Cue the music. All right. So there's smoke and debris. You're pretty sure that the guy who was manning that gun over on that side is dead. But there's a giant gap in the wall now. You in the woods. As you guys are in the woods, you hear the sound of some walking at this point. And when you turn and look, you see some man-sized robots that are shaped like men walking towards you. There are 2 in the middle that have large machine guns in their hands, like large rifles in their hands, and large machine guns strapped to their backs. And then there are 2 on either end of them holding riot shields and lead pipes, and they're all marching toward the compound.
Okay, so it doesn't look like they're coming at us aggressively necessarily. We're just in the direction that they are walking.
Yes. You know robots. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing you know about robots is that they have this sort of instant communication thing. That moment that ball bomb ball thing, the demolition bot noticed you, probably indicates that information has been shared on the network.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're not aggressively walking towards you, but they are probably now aware that you exist.
Yeah, we might even be labeled as hostiles.
Might
even be labeled as hostiles.
I'm pretty sure they noticed that I took 2 of them apart. So
yeah, noticed you. The good Lord's got his eye on me, and I am protected.
Okay.
Yes.
How far away from the compound are we?
A decent distance, not super long, but if you were to run, as you may well know from the ones that the drones and things, if you were to run, it would probably take you 2 combat rounds to get there. Not super far in, but like you're running, so you'll be moving, for 2 combat rounds to get there. So
Okay.
Far distance is technically where you're at.
Okay.
According to my distance system, right? You're far away from it, but you're not uber far. Like you could get there relatively quickly.
Yeah. Like we're just kind of in the woods, and then there's the buffer of.
Like as in you guys were
stuff.
probably set up traps to catch birds and things and bunnies, and you're out there checking on them, and then we're like, all right, let's just stay out here till we catch something. Because if we're in there, it's gonna be riot town, so we might as well be out here where at least we're fine.
Yeah. Where people are like, oh, they're doing work to try and bring us food instead of, you came back with nothing.
Right. And then,
like,
and then you're dead for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I guess we go
not much meat on these robots.
All right. So what do you guys want to do?
If we run, we get gunned down in the back. Most likely.
Guys with machine guns will generally do that.
What do you want to do, Adam? Should we go towards the explosion or handle these guys?
I think it might be a time to pray, sister. And he's going to, using the prayer ability, he's going to call out, Father, give me strength. Help me stop these soulless machines from reaching our home. And I'm thinking, because it says it's like a natural event.
Yes.
Maybe some trees topple and fall down on top of that area with the rope.
Wow, that's
That's really cool.
That's way better than the torrential downpour from the rain kicking up that I was thinking when you said you were going to do.
Oh, that totally, any which way works. I'm good for it. I'm like, a natural event?
Let me think about what the natural event's going to be.
Okay, I have to make a resolve roll.
You do.
To figure out what exactly this is doing. Ooh, that is a 30 out of 67. That's a, was that a second or two degrees?
2 degrees, yes, yeah.
Remember, it's not an excellent or a great?
Great.
It's a great success.
Great, yeah.
Which means you're going to be doing
2d6.
2d6.
They also, I had to pull the thing up to double check. They get a resilience roll that says it can negate 2 damage, it looks like, per degree of success.
Right. So basically it's allowing them, so the cool thing about your prayer is that it's doing an area effect, right? So you're affecting every target in that range. But they have the ability to sort of shake it off because it's a natural event. So it's essentially the same as like you guys dealing with heat or rain or cold or that kind of stuff. So that's sort of how it boils down. So that's how it's going to apply. So why don't you go ahead and roll 2d6 for me? Tell me what the
I've got a total 8 damage.
8. Okay, that's still great. You're doing 8 to all of them. All right. I am going to go with the torrential downpour lightning strike type deal. As you pray, you say your prayer, and there's this bolt of lightning that just cuts through the sky. It's followed by this murderous thunder that shakes the trees and the earth and the people around you. And at that point, the sky just opens up and rain comes falling down. This pour of just like waterfall level of rain. These robots are all going to take 8 damage, and because they're robotic, that's going to become 16 damage from all the
Nice.
electricity arcing
Electrical.
through their body. Let's see what happens to them. Okay.
The
Yeah.
Lord has left me behind in the rapture to protect to protect the souls of good men and women mankind.
Art. Links. Add. Okay. Let me write down their initiatives real fast because I hadn't quite got there yet.
That is crazy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I was looking to the different priest abilities. Like, these things are kind of awesome. I saw that when I was like, "Holy crap, dude! It's like asking the planet to smite something. That's freaking
Yeah.
nuts."
and to be honest with you guys, I basically just interpreted the rules in the cards for the priest, right? Because I've got the pre-release card set. I've got the print and play sort of thing, and I looked at the priest's abilities based on the cards, and I was like, oh, that's easy enough. You know, I can make some of these things happen. And that one is one of the cards, prayer. It's one of the things, and you just do what it does in the game, in the board game, is it just wipes off a monster off the tile. Right? All the monsters on the tile just get wiped off. So it essentially clears tiles. And I was like, well, how do I make that work? This is how
Right?
I think this
Yeah.
would work. And I mean, it did. It's the first time somebody has used it. And so, 11, 6, 1, 5, okay, and then 5.
The wicked shall fear me.
Right. All right. So there we
The
go.
robotic.
All right. So they took, what was that? Did I say it was
They're just another form of demon in his eyes.
8, 16?
He's a little delusional, to be honest.
Okay, so so there's this sparking arc as this rain comes pouring down. I'm gonna say you guys are within mid range of it. So you guys also get hit with the rain. You have to roll resilience.
Yay.
Except you, I'm sorry, actually, Adam, you're fine. You're protected.
Oh, right?
It's your prayer.
Oh, yeah.
You're not affected by it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a downside. If you had happened to have been up there, it would have hit you too. It doesn't differentiate. It just says all targets in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all targets. And it's all targets
I didn't-
mid-range, and since they're mid-range, so you could hit them.
Yeah.
No,
So cool.
I got a 48, and my resilience currently is 22.
Okay, we're going to say, though, that because it's water damage and not, like, actual damage, I'm going to have it for you because you're a human being.
Okay.
And you're an ally, so God doesn't smite you that hard. So it's
Okay.
4 damage.
Still ow because I'm a weakling, but better.
Yeah, you're on the outside edge of, the wrath.
Of the wrath of God, right?
Yeah, it's
of the wrath
just a
of the
little bit
Lord.
wrath.
But you
Just
still
a
get a
little
little
bit of
wrath. Just a little wrath. just a brief wrath. But these are electronic devices, so water and electronics don't go together very well. So they're starking. And so the rain is still heavy. It's now heavier for you guys. So anything over short range for ranged attacks is going to suffer disadvantage. I mean, unless you had a rifle, right? In which case you would just negate that. But you don't have rifles. You have not rifles. So the rain is now picked up, though, and these guys are going to have to deal with that. So it becomes their actions. The guys with rifles are going to go first. Let's see what happens.
I might die.
I might die.
Now thinking, why didn't I take the one that protects people from damage? There was that priest ability.
There is that
No,
priest ability.
prayer is
You're just like,
awesome.
no, you don't take any damage this round. It's fine.
Well, I can also force a reroll, so
That's all right. These guys are doing extremely badly. Okay, no one rolled over 94 or under 94. So, that heavy rain actually helped because they have all this disadvantage. So the shots just go
Beautiful.
wild. As they're confused about how suddenly there was a lot of rain blocking their vision. So the wrath...
That is not logical.
Right. This is not logical. How did the rain suddenly pick up? Yeah, your special ability not only exterminate.
I was just thinking of a freaking joke. Condensate.
Yeah. Right. So your ability worked doublefold. Not only did it cause wrath, but it also caused them to miss horribly at you guys. Thanks to that disadvantage. Some of them might have hit you, but they were all 94 or above. And then... Okay, so there's their multi-shots. All right, so then then it goes to Artemis. It's your action.
Okay. Then... So how many of them were there? There were 6?
There are 6. No, there are 4.
4.
There are 4
4,
of them.
okay.
2 gunners
There
and
are
2 shields.
Two gunners and 2 shields. Yep.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'm gonna go after one of the gunners.
Okay.
This feels real dumb, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I'm gonna... Are the rifles attached to them? Like,
So-
basically like arm, or like is it
So
actual?
they have... so the ones they're using, they do have one that they're holding, but there's also like this larger chain gun attached to their back that may extend up and fire. From what you know about robots, that is a thing that they can do. The Omni shots have a built-in chain gun, but it's not as powerful as like a mounted chain gun.
Okay.
Basically, the ones you have on the wall are more powerful than the ones they have on their backs, but they do have a second rifle. So they do have a rifle that they're holding, and they can just use the one that they can control. So there are 2 rifles that they're carrying.
Okay. Then...
They haven't engaged the ones on their backs yet. They've just been shooting at the ones on the hands.
Yeah. Would rolling for like the knowledge thing for robots be my action?
Yes. Yes, it would. No, well, yes it would, because it's a skill action, so yes it would.
Okay, can I retcon that I ran towards them and just study them?
You can also, well, yeah, you can also run toward them and study them. That's fine. I can accept that. That's because it's not like you're attacking. You're not going to try to like do the skill and then attack them as well. So that's fine. You can move as well. No problem.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try and assess them to see which one would be better for me to take apart first, basically.
So which robot or which part of the robot?
Which type of robot was what I was...
Yeah, got it.
And so that would be academics, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. 2! So
Cool.
3 degrees of success.
Yeah. All right. So you with 3 degrees of success, you're like you get close enough. Now in this torrential downpour of rain, you're like, oh, it's phalanx robots and omni shots. I know what I'm dealing with here. So these two are 2 totally different types of beasts. One of them obviously is a ranged attack fighter. And the other is a close combat fighter. It's very clearly what you've got going on. That was clear by the description. But what you know is that the Omni shots, while they're pretty good at shooting, your real concern is whether or not the ones that have the armor, the riot shields, they have ridiculous levels of... They have a very strong armor, and they can basically withstand all kinds of attacks. And if they get close enough to you, they're going to just wallop you over the head with their lead pipe. So your main concern is that those guys might take a long time to kill, but the problem you're going to run into is if you approach them at a very close range, they're going to wallop you with their iron pipes.
Yeah.
So that's what you know from those guys. You generally have the understanding of a rifle, and that rifles work better at longer ranges than at closer ranges.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's why I was asking if I could retcon the move. Like, so without entering melee, like, would I have been able to get that much information and then kind of, like, veered?
Yep.
Like, once I knew finish my move?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna try and get as much distance between me and the phalanx robots as I can.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Cool. Phalanx robots are going to pick targets. There are 2 of them. There are 2 of you, so they're going to split. One's going to approach you, and one is going to approach Adam. All right. So the one that approaches you, let's say you're close. You're close enough. It comes to you, and tries to wallop you upside the head. Go ahead and roll your dodge or parry, whichever you're going to do.
38, so 1 degree of success.
Unfortunately, he got 2 degrees of success, so he hits you. This is not going to be good.
So that's not how I remember that happening.
Yeah, that's good to know.
I've
Sadly,
got 2 more luck uses.
sadly, he actually did better the second time.
Shit.
You don't remember it happening that way because it happened worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the concussion. That's why you're forgetting.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're dead. I have
Walloping.
6 hit points left.
Well,
And
and you have
observing
armor,
this,
right?
having faith it didn't happen,
Oh, yeah,
can't help
I do
her.
have armor. Yes, I do have armor.
Okay. What's that? Sorry, I interrupted Brother King.
Observing this and having faith that she will survive, can that help her?
Yeah, we'll say you can see them from the wall. We'll go ahead and re-roll that. It was the exact same roll.
But I do have armor. I have 6 armor. Like, I have a hat, gloves, and camo jacket. So I can negate some damage. I haven't negated any with it yet. Because I forgot that's how that
What is
works.
the total amount with your armor and your hit points?
12.
It unfortunately does more than that. It was 17, and I was hoping that you were going to say much higher numbers than that. I was hoping that it would be like 15, and I would just hand wave 2 points away and just say you're lucky and that you're still alive. But unfortunately, it is far beyond that. So the wallop just takes you down.
Well, damn.
Fortunately, you have 4 rounds. You have 4 rounds. No, it's
We get to test the death mechanic.
yeah. 1 round, because it's 42 divided by 10. 1 round for somebody to rescue you before you are officially dead.
Don't say
I am proficient in medicine.
All right then.
You might die though, so like.
Phalanx robot comes to you, Adam. You are close enough. He gets to you. He doesn't get to attack you because you were far enough away. You were mid-range. So he takes his movements and goes clankety, 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 clank. So he's running up on you. Adam, it is your action. What do you do?
How far away are those downed spider bots? The spider bomb.
Well, you're standing next to one because you didn't move from your position. Really.
Yeah.
Oh,
didn't move.
right.
That's the one that's still active, too. The bomb is not deactivated.
Oh, right. That actually makes that part a little easier.
It's all exposed for you too.
It's just sitting there. Just
Yeah.
a bomb hanging out.
So how heavy are they? Like, if I wanted to just grab one of the legs, I guess I would have to drop my chain, grab one of the legs, and try and swing it towards the larger group of robots.
What is your strength?
Oh no, there's only 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess throw it into the middle of them. I know they're separating between us. My strength is only a 35.
35. All right, let me look at its stats, and I will tell you if you can.
Keeping in mind, I took off a lot of armor.
Right. I'm basing it off of because I still have the stats right here. You basically took it apart. It really is much lighter. So I'm going to have to just go ahead and have that. You said 35?
Yeah.
Okay, just go ahead and make a strength roll. Wait, no. No, you don't have to. Because it's double that is what you can lift and carry without having to make a roll. And so
cool.
It was halved, so it would be. Yeah, it's not 70 when it's in this number that I'm throwing, so it is light enough. You can pick it up and throw it.
Nice. Yeah, I wanna pitch that kind of into the middle. Kind of in the middle of the 2 robots coming towards her and the 2 coming towards me.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your throw, which is agility.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. No, I rolled a 53 out of 35. Funny enough, reverse there. But yeah, it didn't work. Why couldn't they have reversed the other way?
Faith?
What's that?
I missed.
I was going to say Faith.
Yes, I have my third and final use of faith.
I'm
And then
pretty
you-
sure I can't use deja vu as while I'm dead, right?
Unfortunately, no. That's not how I remember that happening. You're a ghost floating over your body right now.
Woo!
Right? That's right.
It's a
I have
near-death
faith,
experience.
faith.
Yeah, you're sort of floating outside of your body, looking down on the scene.
Oh, yeah.
Eating
We were much
popcorn.
better that time. 21 out of my 35.
Okay, it lands exactly where you want, and as it hits the ground, it sets off its, functional detonation.
Ooh! That wasn't quite as planned, but all right.
I don't know what you had planned, but it's
Yeah,
you
that's exactly
threw
what
a
I
bomb.
expected to happen.
into the center of a group, and it doesn't have anything protecting that bomb, and so its deactivation sensor, specifically the thing that it triggers it if someone tries to take it apart. Fortunately, it didn't
Right.
trigger when she was taking it apart before the other one.
The tamper alarm or
the
whatever.
tamper alarm, exactly. The tamper alarm goes off, and it goes off. It does. Where's my D10?
I was half expecting to have to, call down another favor from the man upstairs for some lightning.
Oh. Wow, max damage. Okay, so it goes off, and just goes. What is the armor on the Omni shots? Okay, the Omni shots are dead.
Nice.
Because with your damage you've done to it plus this damage, that is more than it had total points to begin with. And then the Omni shots, or the Phalanx robots, are a distance away, so they are going to do. Okay, so 2d8. So let's do this. Where's my other 8? Okay. All right. Well, that doesn't work out very well for them. Okay. The Phalanx robots are still standing, but they've taken a significant chunk from the explosion and shrapnel. Parts of their armor have blown off. The riot shields have just been shredded to pieces.
Seeing this, can I rally people or anyone if the robots in the compound aren't doing anything
They're
and
still
come
not
up and
doing
attack them?
Yeah, you can. You can absolutely. Yeah, well, I've just gone ahead and said you can totally see this. These guys are not very far from the wall. I realized when I was like, oh, 2 rounds. I was like, oh, wait, 2 rounds? That's like 12 seconds away. Like, they were just basically in the tree line.
Well, staying out of the riotous areas.
Right, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, you can totally rally people and come rushing in. We'll say that that's what happens as your action. You're now part of this fight. These guys are dead. Artemis is dying. Phalanx are injured. The Phalanx robots are going to... Oh, you guys show up, right? Brother Kane, we'll say that you arrive at this point.
Yeah.
So they're going to be attacking some NPCs, which leaves Adam and Brother. You guys... So Brother first and then Adam. You guys get to act. What do you want to do?
Is there a chance? I have medicine. Is there a chance to heal her before she dies?
Yeah, this is your chance at the end of this combat round, which you've entered now. Yeah,
So-
this combat round is the round. If this combat round ends, she is dead.
I'm going to default to my luck because I just rolled 100.
Okay.
40. Let me. I think that's a success.
Cool. All right. So
40. It's exactly a success. Just barely.
Yay!
all right, you get a success. So you're doing some quick and nasty repairs to her, to her body,
Dang it!
slamming in her chest or whatever. Roll 1d4.
All right, it's the Ed Harris from the Abyss mode of resuscitation.
3. Okay, Artemis gains back 3 hit points and is
Thank
conscious.
Cool.
Although
That was maybe my
probably
next
like
spot.
disoriented.
Pretty disoriented, but you're alive.
Yes.
Adam, it is your action. The Phalanx robots are engaged with some NPCs. There's some swinging of sticks and clubs and some handguns going off. What do you want to do?
Well, seeing that she's just gotten up,
Well, at least sat up, at least going like, oh crap,
Yeah.
what is happening?
My eyes are open.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
brother pounded his
Eyes
chest,
open.
his hands down like, live! And she's like, ow!
another
Right
miracle.
unto Lazarus. You did return from death.
I guess in that case, he's taking the chain back up and just going swinging at one of these things, or one of these Phalanx robots, or that means actually nothing to him. They're the shells inhabited by the spirits of dark souls. As far as he's concerned, when the rapture came, the dead rose up and inhabited the bodies of everything. Demons from the sky, demons from beneath the waves. Yeah, he's going full swing on the chain.
Got it.
To kind of wrap and entangle legs.
Okay.
Hoping to yank one of these Phalanx down onto its back.
All right, so you're going with a called shot leg then.
Yeah, called shot leg. Oh,
Got
that's a disadvantage. Oh, no. 83 out of 40. Curse the disadvantage. I'm going to spend a luck point. I'm going to spend 1 point of luck right now. And re-roll that. Oh, 42. Still no go. Without the disadvantage, I rolled a double 0 on the other die both times.
Ooh.
But yeah, totally failed.
Okay then. All right, so you miss.
Yeah, not pressing my luck anymore.
All right, we're gonna go up to the top here. Artemis, you have one action you get to make. Oh no, sorry, brothers first. Wait, hold on. No, it would be Artemis because you'd be first initially anyway. Artemis, you get to act. What do you want to do? There's 2 Phalanx robots there being fought off by random NPCs.
I'm gonna kiss brother on the cheek for saving my life, then get up and go towards the Phalanx robot that knocked me out.
Okay, he's not very far. All right, so you're gonna cross the distance and then try to take him apart.
Yes.
I'll say the kiss was a free action. That's totally fine with me.
As I'm getting up, just moving on.
Feel blush.
All right, so I'm trying to take it apart again. Like, nah.
Yeah.
And first roll is an 89, but I have advantage because things.
Because of stuff.
And a 3. I'm rolling surprisingly well today.
So he doesn't have that many hit points. The average amount on the 3d4 plus 6, i.e., 9, is more than enough to kill him. So I'm not even gonna have you roll it because I'm gonna know that no matter what you roll, you're gonna be pretty close anyway.
Okay.
Because the average in this case would be like, I think it's like 12 or something, and that's more than enough. Because he's less. He's got 7. And so you go ahead and you just start taking it apart. I will grant to you though, if you want to roll 2d4, that many component pieces that you just take from, or 3d4, sorry, 3d4, take that many component pieces from them.
That's 6 plus 4, so 10. I only have 2d4, so I have to roll 2 and then 1 again.
Oh, okay.
So 10.
10. All right, 10 component pieces you take off of him before he goes down. That's just what you get to take from him as, loot. That's the upside to what you're doing. You're basically thieving his life. You're like,
Yeah, I'm like, this is mine now. Then when it goes down, I'm going to spit on it.
All right, it goes down, and you spit on it. Free action, no problem. The rules say a reasonable amount of free actions? I think that's reasonable. That's a reasonable amount of actions.
But that's it.
Okay, brother, you get to act, and then we'll end the combat round.
I will go and smite the other one.
Okay.
35, that's 2 successes.
Okay, you're gonna 2 success smite it, so I'm gonna roll for the dodge. 62 I do not think makes a dodge. Oh, you're a Phalanx robot. Your dodge is 50, so no, it does not. You hit it.
Three.
3?
3. Yeah, I rolled a 1.
It doesn't have its shield anymore, though.
How did you get 3? If you rolled a 1,
Oh, I thought it was +2.
it's +3. It's 1d6 +3. So
Oh, then 4.
Okay.
4.
Yeah, it takes the 4. It also has 7 hit points, so it has less than that. Okay, so it takes the 4. That will end the combat round. Artemis is alive again, so Artemis, you get to act.
Doesn't brother go before me? He has 12. I have 11.
Oh, brother goes first. Sorry, brother. You go first.
Then I rolled smite again.
All right.
1 success.
It dodged. It got 3 degrees of success. Okay. Then it's Artemis. Artemis, what do you do?
How far away is that one from me?
Short range from you.
Okay. So would it be a complex action to get to it and then take
it apart?
Like, yeah.
So
Basically, would I be able to like study it before I took it apart?
So all actions are complex actions. The answer is you get 2 of them. Can you move 1 distance? Yes. And then do an action? Yes. You can do those 2.
Okay. So then I'm gonna take it apart.
Okay.
And I got a 30 on my first roll. And a 58. So the 30 out of 60, so 2 degrees of success, just barely.
Okay, it does not manage to move from you as it's fighting other things. It didn't really need disadvantage. It failed anyway, but yeah, anyway, it's busy fighting things off, and so it does not manage to move out of the way. You can go ahead and take 2 degrees of success?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 4 off of it.
5 plus 4, so 9.
I mean, I shouldn't have had you do that. You only had 3 hit points. I should have just done like I did before. But 9 is the amount of CP that you end up with when you take it apart before it goes down. It now falls at your feet. You removed some kind of thing that is clearly some complex part. So that's going to be 4 of those. So it's going to be 1 complex part and 3 component pieces. Some complex part, you're not sure what exactly it does, but when you removed it, it seemed to like cease functioning. So something important that you can study later if you want to, if you're into robotics. There are now no longer any living robots in this area. But just then you hear from the sky what sounds like a thunderous sound rolling through the sky. And those
Yes, Lord!
Those of you that look up at the sky see these sort of holes pierce through the clouds. And something drops down to the area where you are. Let's see. I had a number.
That's not my god. He says, going back to get his staff. Or his cross staff.
Cross staff. His staff cross. How many did I say? Oh, I didn't. Okay. Wow. Okay, this was not a very well planned drop. Of the things that pierce through the clouds, there are 8 that pierce the clouds. 2 of them land inside the compound. The other 6 are outside the compound. These things that fell from the sky did not plan their drop very well.
We killed too many of their drones.
Well, maybe.
We're just assuming.
Who has the lowest luck out of this group?
I have 50.
Mine is 70.
I am also 50.
Okay, one of you two at the 50 roll luck for me.
I don't care. Do you want to, or?
Oh, you can go ahead. Yeah, either way is good.
9!
Yep, probably better that you did.
Okay. So the pods, these things from the sky, drop onto the ground around the compound. However, none of them seem to be close to you, immediately close to you. Oh wait, did you? Okay, you have a 9. I'm gonna let you choose. Did you want one to be close to you, or did you want them all to be away from you? I know it's a hard choice. I just realized that that's a really hard decision to make.
Fuck. I'm gonna say not close because I'm really close to dead, and
It's fine with me. Fine with me. I just realized there was a positive and negative to either decision, and I was like, oh, I don't want to just make that decision for the party, or for the game session. So, all right, they land all around the compound. None of them are really close to you guys. They all just land somewhere over there outside the trees. But it looks like a couple of them, based on the trajectory, probably landed inside the compound. What do you want to do?
Would doing any more medicine help, Artemis?
Yes.
That was going to be my next question also.
Yeah. And I've got a first aid kit, so let's see if we can heal her. Can we combine or do teamwork?
Yeah, you guys can do a teamwork.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Teamwork.
And also with medicine kit, it bumps up the medicine, the treatment level. Technically, you're not in combat anymore, so that's also a good thing.
Right.
Yeah.
As your combat's over,
Yeah,
so it bumps up even more.
I give advantage on that or advantage on teamwork from the trusting.
Right.
ability.
You have advantage on the teamwork roll. Right.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's
right, I
what
have
it is. So you will roll. Cause you're gonna, so based on this, more than likely, it's better if you assist him, based on the fact that you gain advantage on it. So you assist him. So you roll first, and then he'll roll.
Okay. And what am I rolling against for teamwork? Same
No.
skill.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the skill. You're just rolling medicine. But
Okay,
what
yep.
it is your degrees of success are going to add benefits to him.
At his. Oh, sweet. I got 2 degrees of success. I rolled an 18 on my 55.
Cool. So you have 2 degrees
So
of success.
close to.
So
the
you
best one.
add you add 10. You had. I'm sorry. What the trusting? I forget what it does.
Yeah. Oh, it adds plus 10 total, plus 5 per degree of success.
Right. So it's plus 10, so he gets plus 20 to his roll.
Oh, that's right. It's an extra. Extra plus
that's
5.
what I thought it was. So
Okay.
it's 10 per
Yes.
degree. of
So-
success. Plus 20 to his roll.
So with the plus 20, it would make my medicine 60, and I rolled a 56.
Perfect. Perfect. So 1 degree of success. So because it's not combat and because you have the medicine kit, it's 2d4 plus 2 that you'll roll to help her.
And the Lord shall send you forth 2 by 2.
Haha.
So 2d4?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
8.
8. You have 8 hit
Amen,
points back.
brother.
I'm so
Amen.
close to full.
Nice. So they just, they wrap a bandage around the part of your head that seems to be bleeding, and that pressure just puts it all kind of back into perspective, and you're fine.
Praise the Lord, brother. You've got the Almighty's touch.
Thank you both.
2 priests in a group. All right.
And you shall anoint the sick and the ill with oil, and they shall walk. The lame shall walk.
Nice. Miracles
So-
are being performed. All right.
How did this crater form over here? Like, what happened?
So yeah, you guys want to go check out what's going on?
Lord works in mysterious ways.
The closest one to you is probably inside the compound. You could try to hunt where the other ones were. You couldn't really tell where the other ones fell. I mean, you could try to figure it out. But the trajectory, like I said, the trajectory sort of suggested that 2 fell inside the compound.
There are many brothers and sisters in there that more than likely need our help.
I think we should head back to the compound.
Yes, agreed.
Indeed.
And thank you, really, both of you.
Whoa.
I'd have been fucked without you.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was the good Lord working through the hands of this fine brother right here. Brother Cain.
Brother.
Brother.
So I start heading towards the compound, just keeping an eye out for any other robots near us.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, so you head toward the compound, and it doesn't take you very long before you get to this giant hole in the wall. There are people scattered. There's smoke and dirt and debris everywhere. There is a crater in the ground, but you can see the blast pieces from the robot that exploded there at that hole. There's also blood. When you look inside the compound, when you get to that gate, you can see inside the hole, and what you see is some sort of leathery thing that is sort of broken apart into these gooey pieces on the ground. And standing there shooting what appears to be some kind of gun is a tall creature with a fanned out headdress, but wearing sort of hardened bone type things over the top of its body. It is a living thing, you can tell. It does seem to be breathing. None of you have survived the aliens, so you just know that these are not humans for sure.
And not robots.
And not robots.
They're demons.
They're the sky demons.
They're the demons from the sky.
Yeah.
The other ones.
Yeah.
The rapture still continues.
Yeah.
Then,
Can either of you shoot?
well, not with a gun. I have my arrow, or like I have my bow and arrows.
I can point and click if that's what you're asking. Mostly,
That's
I
not
let
all
the
I
Lord.
can do.
Mostly, I let the Lord help me. He does wondrous things.
I was thinking is try to salvage an M2, but if we're not going to be able to hit anything with it,
I can fix
wouldn't.
it, but I can't use it. But I'm gonna take cover like around the edge of the wall, put my tools away, and pull out my bow and like an arrow.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna throw out a command skill, or I'm gonna use that and be like, "You do what you can to knock that thing down with those arrows. I'm gonna get closer and ask for the Lord's help." So I guess the command being like open fire, I guess.
Got it.
To try and give her a bonus.
Yeah.
Roll that. Oh shit! Yeah, I rolled a 2.
Ooh.
So that is 3 degrees of success. Like, big time on my command.
So that's
Okay.
that's 15, right? That you add to her.
Yeah.
do we
Beautiful.
see one or do we see one or two of these creatures?
You see one when you look inside. The other one is somewhere, but you don't know where. You haven't seen it yet. But there's one nearby where you're at. Well enough that there were some people probably around it, but they all seem to be laying down on the ground around it as it's shooting this gun at stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
so the people around it, do they seem dead, or are they just?
They
taking cover?
may be dead. They're laying on the ground. If you look long enough, you'll notice that they are breathing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, the other half, I just want to move to get within mid-range of the thing.
Okay, easy enough.
So,
Easy
Okay.
enough.
I'm gonna follow up with him.
Okay,
I'm staying back,
you move
but
with him. Got it.
taking aim, basically.
Okay.
I'm letting them do their thing before I do my thing.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and.
Or at least
do
that was my
some
intention.
Initiative. Brother is first with his 12, 7, 2. Then Artemis with her 11. Art would normally be faster, but she is not feeling so
Yes.
hot with her hunger pains. And then.
And I'm a little dizzy, like.
Oh yeah, and you were just like dead a moment ago.
Yeah.
that's just the concussion talking. You're fine.
So as much as I
Walk it
don't
off,
want to
walk
ask
it off.
this question, I'm gonna ask it mechanics reasons.
Yeah.
So since I was just knocked unconscious, do I get any disadvantage or anything to what I'm
Only if
doing?
you had used so there is a way to actually survive death without people coming to do help.
Okay.
You'd essentially roll luck and see if you self-sustain, or there's a way of doing it.
Okay.
In that case, you would be disoriented, but you didn't. This is somebody came up and applied the proper science and medicine to you, so you're
Okay.
fine.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Just figured I'd be fair, even though I didn't want to hear the yes, you get a disadvantage answer.
No, if you were disoriented, yeah, you'd have disadvantage to everything.
Okay.
Okay, there's still gunfire crackling in the way off distance, by the way, in the trees and stuff. So people are still fighting somewhere, and on the other side of the compound. So something is happening around you, but you guys are fighting this thing. Brother, you go first.
I'm just gonna either crawl or hide behind debris and try to move it. If it seems to be looking the other way, move forward.
Okay. Yeah, you can move forward. How close do you want to get? You want to get a short range, right?
I would to a position where I could get an attack.
Yeah. So yeah, you can totally get to it, and then make an attack if you want to. But that's if you want to.
Okay, so attack this turn?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. 33, which is 2 successes.
Okay. You miss. It shuffles and then it's turning towards you now. Cool. Artemis.
Oh no, was that an attack or a stealth roll that I was making?
Oh, it was an attack. I thought. Were you making a stealth roll?
That's what I thought. I want to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but it dodged somehow.
Oh, it dodged. Okay.
Yeah. Aliens are psychic, so. And this one has. Oh, yeah. Okay. It dodged. Artemis, what are you gonna do?
So what are the rules for firing into melee? Like, do I get disadvantage or?
Yes.
Okay. Then.
But you also gain advantage from aiming.
Yeah. So I'm aiming.
Which you said you were doing, so that's why I'm
yeah.
out there. Yeah.
And shooting at the alien, and for this one I get plus 15.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for that. So that's 84 out of 90. So 1 degree of success.
Wow. Okay. Does not dodge, so you hit it.
Woo! And so I have a compound bow, so that's H. So 1d6 plus 3. Am I reading that right?
Correct. Are you just average sized? You're average sized. We already covered that with your food.
Yes.
Yes. 1d6 plus 3.
6 damage.
Hold on 1 second. I'm hearing what sounds like something being chewed upon.
Oh, yeah. That's a fun noise.
I'll be back.
Good luck.
Best of luck. Hide the books.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was quick, so was it not?
It turned out she was right there. She was chewing on something. She's chewing on her bully stick, but she's like, it's against the table. So it sounded like she was chewing on the table itself. But she's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was 6 damage.
Okay, 6 damage. Cool. 6 damage. Arrow goes kunk into the armor. As it pierces this sort of weird bone armor, it makes like a sickening splat sound and does penetrate in it. A little bit of green goop seems to come out. But otherwise, it's relatively unaffected by this strike. Cool. All right.
Is that like some weird alien fix-a-flat on their armor? It's just like sealing itself.
Weird alien fix-a-flat. That's a good way of describing it. Not exactly, but yeah, that's something to note. Okay. It is going to shoot at Brother with its thing. It has disadvantage because this is a rifle. Okay, Brother. He got... Wait, where is it? Oh, it's over here. I gotta switch these. Robots go over here. Alien things come over there. It missed. Sorry, you're fine. It missed. But a blast of electrical energy crackles past you. Yes. Adam, it's your action.
All right. Seeing Brother in such close proximity to the thing, not praying yet. Can I use command on it?
No. Command is a beneficial thing.
Okay, it
so
can't
you
be used to give them negatives.
No, that's where intimidate comes in. If you intimidate him, then he gets negatives. So that's the difference.
Right.
Charm gives you benefits to something you want to have happen. Command gives benefits to other people for something you want to have happen. Intimidate gives them negatives for something you want to have happen, and interrogate drops the resolve against the things that you want to have happen.
Well,
so interrogate and intimidate work together, and then command and charm work together depending on what you want to happen. Yeah.
And self-deprecation gives you negatives to yourself?
Yes.
Right?
That is not even a skill. You can just accept negatives to yourself if you want to.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, so I am proficient in Intimidate. I'm going to try that.
Okay.
All right. Foul beast from the skies! He begins yelling out, holding his cross staff up. If you harm my friend, so help me God, you shall answer on a higher source, or answer to a higher source. And then calling back. Oh, whoops! Actually, let me roll the Intimidate. 55 out of 65. So one degree of success.
He absolutely failed his resolve. You intimidate him.
Woohoo!
He becomes unnerved, so he has disadvantage to his actions.
Excellent. And then yelling back, if I can do a second, skill action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I want to make sure that wasn't overstepping.
Well,
yeah.
It depends on what you want to do. Is it like another? Is it like a small thing, or is it like another thing where you'd roll dice?
Oh, it would have been another dice roll. I was thinking command action to yell back.
No, you can't. You can't do that. You'd spend the entire time yelling at the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'll actually just hold right here.
Okay.
I guess defensively.
Okay. Cool. Nice. So it's now unnerved. Brother, it is your action. What do you want to do?
Can you, if I take an aim shot, but can I take, for melee, can you take a little bit to aim it?
Yeah.
To take away the...
Take him also applies to melee attacks.
Okay. So I'm going to aim at its head.
Okay.
Because there's no bone armor on the head,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely. You're going to take aim and then do a called shot head. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
So it's basically
this is a regular shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 75 out of 70, but I want to do luck.
Okay.
34, which is 2 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
Did not get 2 successes, so you... Oh, no, he did get 2 successes, but because you're the attacker, you win. Go ahead and roll damage.
Standard?
Oh, no, you're right. Shoot, I forget what the called shot head. I think it bumps it up to 2
2Ds?
2 damage codes. Flip it over on the back of my thing. Called shot. Oh, yeah, no, that's just how it attacks. Yeah, I think it bumps it up 2. If I remember correctly. Sorry, it sounds like I don't know my own game. It's been a while since somebody's done this, so I forgot. Grappling, wrangling, called shot's the first one then. Called shots.
And with this
vital organs, yeah, 2.
Or...
Damage code goes up by 2, so it becomes 1d8 plus 7.
Okay. 10.
Okay. It doesn't bypass armor, but it does break if they're wearing a piece of armor on their head, like a hat or something. It does destroy that, and this does destroy that. So you 10, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the sort of bone chitinous armor thing around it cracks and breaks off, and what's left underneath is a normal face and head of something with 3 eyes. And it doesn't really have a nose, but it does have a mouth that's just full of teeth, of sharp teeth. It has 2 holes in the center where the nose should be, though. Yeah.
Nostrils,
yeah.
In the word of the Lord, you are an ugly SOB.
All right.
Amen, brother.
All right, it's going to act. It doesn't have armor on its face now, but it's going to it's going to step back because you're short range. You're hitting with your thing. To step back to be mid range, to not have disadvantage on its rifle shot. It's going to try to shoot you. It did succeed. All right. Just 1 degree success, however. All right, go ahead and try to dodge. Yeah, go ahead and dodge.
1 success.
Okay, so this crackling bolt of energy hits you, and you feel this electrical energy flow through your body. Roll resilience for me.
34. Let me see what it's out of. 34 out of 43, one success.
Okay. So one success causes you to take the damage and become stunned. You're shocked, and you feel it affect you. You don't drop down, but your whole body just starts shaking and jittering. You lose 5 initiative for being stunned.
Okay.
So that means you.
And I'm by myself. I guess am I by myself, or because I can hear them? Am I with a group? I'm with the building.
You are with a group.
Okay.
So, yes, you are with a group. Was it a group of 3 or more?
Yeah. So if I have 3 or more, it's 17. Otherwise, it's 12. So it's dropping down to 12.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in a group of 3. Yeah, with you total. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. But it's dropping back down to your normal 12. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot about that. So you do have.
Yeah, we never adjusted him either.
Right. We do have, so let me adjust it real fast before I forget, because I will forget again. 17, 12, 7, 2. There you go.
That's really awesome.
So you get one more action is what you'll get to have. Right. Adam, what do you do?
This I've seen the armor pop off or kind of break off the head.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the sky demon in its eyes.
Right. Artemis, aim for that! He says, like, pointing at the head using a command skill. And give her some bonuses. 26 out of 70, so that's 2 degrees success.
Cool. So plus 20. Yeah.
The foul demon shows its face. Make it regret that.
It's plus 20?
Yeah, he's going to give you a plus 20 because he's trusting. He gives you extra bonuses per degree. He gets extra bonus per degree of success that he throws at you. Because of his cool abilities.
Yeah, well, that's because I took residence in Hall B.
Mm-hmm.
So in the trusting perk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Is that all your actions then? You don't want to move or anything?
Yeah, I'm still gonna stay holding back here.
Got it.
Seem to be in an alright spot.
Brother, you get to act. This is your last now because you're back down to your normal 1272.
Okay, I will move up on it and try to keep it in short range, and I will try to hit it again.
Okay.
70, 1 hit, 1 success.
Okay. It got 1 success. So you hit it.
5.
Okay. 5. Cool. As you slam the hammer into its chest. Sorry, my dog tried to attack my hand just now. As you slam the hammer into its chest, the armor around it just seems to break up and fall off in pieces. It exposes a sort of thin, wiry creature underneath made of this gray-green skin that covers its entire body. It has 3 fingers, you notice, 4 fingers total with a thumb, but it is definitely a strange being. Artemis.
Can I do anything else?
No, you moved and you attacked.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have you can do something short, like you can speak a short phrase?
Can I drop? Can I throw myself to the ground?
Basically trying to get out of my way, I'm guessing.
That's a movement action. That's the drop prone action. No, unfortunately. Unless you have fleet-footed.
No.
Okay, then no. You have to wait.
Okay.
Because you don't have time, essentially. You don't move that quickly.
Okay.
All right. Artemis, it's your action.
All right, I'm gonna take aim. And in order to get that plus 20, I have to shoot at the head, right? Or is it just...
he said aim at that. You don't technically have to shoot it in the head.
Okay.
But, he's still giving you this is your target now. Go for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna take aim and shoot at the alien, because now it's basically naked. So.
Yeah, basically. Were you taking? Okay, you're gonna take aim and then shoot. Got it. I understand now. So you're giving yourself advantage, is what you're doing. And
Yeah.
Then you're shooting just a normal shot.
So the first roll was an 18 out of 95. Second roll was a 1, and this webcam is one that I can move, so I can show you if you want.
I believe you. I don't think you would lie to me.
I have faith in you.
This one needs to stop trying to bite my hands while we're playing this game, though.
No.
You need to stop it. Okay. So you rolled a critical success.
Yes.
Give me a moment while I open the critical success table, which is in the first chapter of the Game Master's Guide, which I just finished. It's actually like the first section of the first chapter of the Game Master's Guide. Okay, so this is a critical success on critical success. Roll a d10 for me real fast.
4.
Okay. And then you're going to roll your normal damage plus a d6.
So each 6.
Plus a d6.
Oh, okay. So 6 plus 6.
So you rolled a 3 on that first die roll?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
6, so 12. All right, 12. Okay. So you do 12 damage to the creature as your arrow pierces its body. When it does, you hear a loud crunching sound as your arrow breaks through some bone structure inside of it, in near its arm and side of its body. It suffers now a disadvantage to all attack and parry rolls.
So it's a
because you broke
disadvantage for skills and disadvantage for attack and parry. Yay! It can't do shit.
Nope. And so yeah, it's basically double disadvantage on its attacks, which sucks. All right. So it's action
Not for
now.
us.
It's going to try to shoot at you as best it can, as you're the one who just nearly took it down. 12. Okay, so it needs to get 2 degrees of success. It does not. It does not. It got 1 degree of success. It misses. The blast just goes past you. You feel this crackling bolt as this ball of electrical energy goes past your head. Yeah. All right, Adam. Oh wait, you don't get any actions. What am I talking about? You're done.
Yep, I had my 2.
All right,
This
back
is
to the top. Back to the top, brother. You get to act. What do you want to do?
So, Junior is only what, about 2-3 feet, or
What?
the little guy inside the big guy?
Oh, the little guy inside the big guy's head. No, the little guy is he's smaller. He's not 2 or 3 feet. He's still about 5 feet tall. But the body.
Oh, okay. I was thinking he was like little.
No. He's not like a mini guy
Like
inside of like a very large exoskeleton. It's more like he was just wearing another body on top of his body. So he's just one
Oh,
size.
okay.
smaller.
I was thinking like Men in Black or something with like a little tiny guy in. But
No. He's so the just for information for those players who will eventually look at the rules anyway. The armor that provides a plus 40 to its build. So it's not enough for it to be like tremendously huge. It just adds basically muscle mass to it. So it just becomes one size larger. That's all.
Okay, then I will attack him.
Okay.
33, which is 2 successes.
Okay, 2 successes. He's got to try to dodge that. He does not dodge that. He did really bad because he's got double disadvantage on his defensive actions. Okay, so he does not dodge. Go ahead and hit him.
7.
Okay. Being wounded as he is, he stumbles backwards. Artemis, it's your action before you can do anything as he's stumbling backwards.
Okay. I'm taking aim and firing another arrow.
Okay.
First roll was 65 out of 75. Second roll is an 8. I'm loving my percentile dice right now.
All right. You succeed in hitting him.
Okay.
What happens? As you kill him. I'm sure you do more than I'm. You're running the compound bow, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it's 1d6 plus 3.
Yeah.
So tell me what happens when you kill him, because the 3 is enough to kill him.
My arrow burst through where his heart, alien
Somewhere
heart
in his
would
body,
be.
it penetrates and bursts through.
Yeah. Just kind of makes his heart explode.
Got it. And this sort of weird green goop goes flying out everywhere. He just straightens and falls backwards as this just green goop stuff goes flying out of him. Brother, you get a little bit of green goop on your hammer, but you're okay. It's not acid or anything. Just some green goop. However, as he's falling backwards and dying, he jarbles something, and Adam, for a moment, just a brief moment, you think you understand it. Like, it sounds absolutely familiar. You don't quite make it out.
Prophecy from my dream.
Yeah, but
You
for a
can
moment,
speak in tongues?
for a moment, you seem to understand it. But just like it doesn't sound. It's not that you actually can make out what he's saying, but the structure is familiar and like as if it was a language you did know.
Right? Would academics be able to narrow that in? Possibly.
Sure.
I have a double proficiency, theology, and a specialization in Xeno. Also, thanks to living in House B.
Right. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll that. I'll let you do it.
Possibly. I'll take advantage or whatnot if needed. Oh, nope. Never mind. I failed. 70 out of 60.
I mean, this is clearly his language.
Yeah.
You know it's a Xeno language. But the main thing is that you just kind of go like, wait a minute, why do I that? Okay, that's weird.
Right. It's the prophecy for my dream. The second coming of the rapture.
At this time, we ended the second combat round. So as this round ends, where's my game notes? I have misplaced my game notes. That's not a good thing. There it is. Okay. The clouds begin to part some more as large, weird shaped things that seem to be like a whale in the sky, essentially, come floating down. They're not whale size, but that's what it sort of looks like. But they're probably the size of like a wagon or something. They're small and they seem to be flying, but they look more like beasts of the sea than they do like vehicles. But they come descending from the sky.
Leviathan.
Yeah. They drop down, and as they hit the ground, they just kick up dirt all over the place. There are 4 of them. One of them lands inside the compound because it has a 25% chance, and the other 3 land outside the compound. And so one lands inside, and the others are outside. As that happens, once it crashes, as it's crashing, a bunch of little guys come spilling out of it. They're not wearing armor. It's basically this guy that you saw after the sort of weird bone armor stuff came off. There's a bunch of these little guys coming out of it, and they have these weird hand-looking weapons, not like rifle-looking weapons.
Did you save that other bomb?
No. I was too afraid to take it out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the
Like
woods
it's
somewhere. Left it back in the woods.
What about the rest of the compound? Are they pretty much...
Yes, and actually what I'm going to do is a little bit of Deus Ex Machina. Just a little bit. When you went out into the woods to fight the robots, you brought a bunch of people with you. They didn't necessarily come back with you when you fought this alien, but now they're all coming back in, and they're carrying both of the they're carrying the bodies, what's left of the body of the robot that blew up, and then the body of the other robot that was laying out there. Unbeknownst to them, there were anti-tamper devices, so they could have died, but they didn't realize that was a thing because they didn't realize these were bombs.
Well, I disabled the other bomb, so
that's why it hasn't blown up, right? That's what they said. They just didn't realize there was a chance that they might have blown up.
Oh, okay.
So they're just carrying these robot pieces in right now at this time. The rest of the compound, the people are seeing it. There are people alive. There are people shooting guns. That's why you still have gunfire all over the place. There's a lot of chaos happening, and there's smoke and fire and things like that.
Dear Lord, if we are to survive this, we need your aid. Or at least when the time comes up, I'm praying again.
Thus say us all.
And so the creature carrier, like, were there any that landed like behind us, like outside the compound, but behind us?
They landed outside the compound. You can roll luck and tell me which way it goes.
81, so I failed.
All right. So would you have wanted it to land behind you?
No.
Then it landed behind you.
Okay.
Yes, one landed behind you.
Okay.
It's crashing into trees, kicking up dirt and things everywhere.
Okay. And how close were the other, like, the one inside the compound, how close was that?
It's far from you, but it's in the center of the compound. You could get to it. It's amongst the tents, so that is an upside. Not a lot between you and it. Not like you have to go into a building and try to fight your way up floors to get to it.
All right, guys, where do you want to go? As I'm saying that, I'm going to try and salvage my 3 arrows that I shot at the alien.
Go ahead and roll salvage.
39 out of 53. I didn't write down.
So that's 1 degree of success.
Yeah.
So you get an arrow back.
Okay.
Yep, that's how that works. Salvage is easy. Salvage is easy. All right. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? You do have the option of like running away. That is a thing, FYI.
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. I mean, unless the entire family is running away.
Do you want to look around and see what you see?
Do we see like large herds of people running outside, or?
Yeah. So at this point, lots of people are abandoning the compound. There's fighting going on. The stalwart group survivors are clearly fighting. All of the second founders appear to be fighting, but there's lots of people that are just trying to get out of the gates and run away. There's no real guarantee that they're going to get anywhere. There are robots and aliens seemingly outside the compound. As far as you can tell, they're definitely aliens outside the compound. They fell from the sky all around the compound.
Right.
So who knows how far these people will get, but there are people that are abandoning ship.
And it appears that the robots and aliens are working together, those assholes.
Demons will always collaborate with demons.
At your feet, there are people laying down too. Some of them kind of come to and sit up. They all appear to have been shocked by that device of that alien.
Okay. I think someone needs to protect these people as they escape this madness. Looking around at the others running and the people now waking up, I don't think they'll get very far if there isn't someone out there to help them through these trials and tribulations of these demons coming from the woods and the sky.
So,
Susie, who you
I
shall
am to
serve
protect
this
them.
day. For as me and my house, we shall serve the family.
I'm going
I'll
to go with
protect-
Adam.
Yeah.
I'll
I'm
protect
with
the
them.
runners. They are still family.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you guys are escaping.
Yeah, I'm running towards that, and I want to pray for some some aid against that one ship that had crashed outside the wall there behind us.
All right, go ahead and roll your
do that one more
resolve.
time.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I'm
Lord!
not going to be between him and the thing this time.
Lord, clear our path. Make this way safe for your sheep, for your flock. There we go. That's right. What am I rolling against? My resolve. Ooh, I'm going to use a luck. Because that was awful. Alright. And with luck. Alright, that is actually better. 67 out of 67. There's only the 1 degree of success.
Okay.
But it's something.
Well, I rolled a 6, so that's how much damage they're going to take.
Oh, cool.
Because I decided to roll it for you to speed things up. All right, so there's this thunderous roar from the sky again, and a bolt of lightning. Only instead of arcing across the sky, this bolt of lightning arcs down, and you can tell based on the fallen trees that it probably struck right where that alien ship came down, into the trees. No idea what happened because it's in the trees in front of you, but you have faith that it's beneficial for you.
Indeed. And then looking at the people around, this way, I guess.
Okay.
Call it out, or at least to the folks running.
The people
Trying
running.
to aim them towards that.
The people that are carrying the
Hopefully
robots, some of them also see and hear and see everything going on, all the carnage, and they just drop the robot body that they're carrying, the pieces that they're carrying, and they just start running with you guys, with you, the two of you that are leaving. You guys are taking off and heading out for these people. Brother, what is your intent? Or what do you want to do?
I will go with them and try to get as many people. Are there stunned people that I can wake up?
There are a lot of stunned people at your feet still.
I have. Well, it's raining, right?
It is.
So pouring like canteen water won't.
Probably not.
Can I just slap on the face a little bit?
Yeah. You can do a lot of like little slappings. It's fine. You can maybe even do a little bit of medicine, like apply like some pressure to somewhere that'll wake them up or that kind of thing.
Smelling salts or something if you have them.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. If you want to spend like, let's just say you spend 2 component pieces for smelling salts also. And we'll call it that. Yeah, you totally wake up all these people. You can gather them all up and get them out of there. It's definitely a war zone going on. Some of them want to fight. Some of them just start rushing toward the aliens. But for the most part, you can get a lot of them out of there. All right, so you guys leave. When you're headed out...
Quick question.
Yeah.
Anyone that go out to fight the aliens, are any of them children?
No.
Okay, adults can make their choice, but I might make children go with us.
Yeah. Why don't you roll luck for me real fast?
30 out of 70.
Okay. You live in the tents, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a kid with you, a teenager, a boy. You know that his sister is around somewhere. You vaguely know of these two. The sister you've run into a few times. She's helped out. She's probably with Steven right now, and you don't know where they are. But there's a boy with you that you know a little bit. Also, where's your sister? Do you know? Is she in the house, in the tents, or the building B?
No, I figured she's gone off and explored her own ways.
Got it.
So I didn't think she was ever part of this community.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. You didn't think she was part of the family, right? Okay, sorry. I was thinking there's one group of family or 2 groups of family. I couldn't remember if your character was one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a teenage boy with you. He's coming with you. He wanted to fight, but
would I have an idea? Is there anybody that I know that might, before we leave, that might be trapped, or anywhere I know where someone might be trapped?
No, not really. It doesn't look like the aliens and stuff landed outside the tents. There's still robot drones hovering, but they're not really doing anything. But the alien drop ships seem to have crashed in the tents. Maybe, but since it's rolled over a bunch and it's kind of teetering on the edge of the stream, probably not anyone trapped. If they are trapped, they were just made like ground into the dirt, so they're probably not alive.
Okay. So okay, but there's no one there that I can see needs rescuing.
Correct.
how many drones are there that are left?
There are 2 that are flying around the compound. They're just making circles around. They haven't done anything. Sign language. It's a thing.
Sorry, Grant just got home.
No, I'm just
and
kidding.
yeah.
Yeah. So there are 2 hovering around the compound.
Okay. So before I leave, are they within range for me to shoot an arrow at
One of them
a
is.
drone?
One that's smoking a little bit and seems to be having trouble maintaining balance. Like hover balance.
Okay. Then I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Okay.
Because the way I'm thinking is that they're doing recon for the robots, and I don't want them to know which way we go. So, yeah. And I took aim, like.
Okay. You gonna make a shot?
So the first roll was 59 out of 75.
Okay.
Second is a 14.
Is that 1 or 2 degrees? Yes.
It's
2.
2. Or it's 3. It's 3 degrees.
3
of
degrees.
success.
Okay, 3 degrees is perfect. 3 degrees beats it. It was. Well, I mean, 2 degrees would have beat it too. But you got 2 degrees of success. So you got 3 degrees. You hit it. Go ahead and do your damage.
Okay. 7 damage.
Okay. The arrow hits it, but kind of bounces off. It knocks it a little bit. There's a little bit more going on, but it's like a little bit more smoke coming off of it. But it's fine. It seems.
Can I take another shot at it?
Okay. This will be the last shot before it starts to fly away from you.
Okay. So yeah, I take aim again. 42, 93. So 42, which would be 1 degree of success.
It got 2 degrees of success. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, phooey.
Yep. So the arrow misses as it backs up and then flies away from you.
Okay.
Okay. So gathering everyone together, you guys make for the woods. You come across the dropship and find all of the all of the aliens, the little guys, seemingly laying on the ground, twitching and jittering as little bits of electricity arc through them. You don't even have to roll if you want to kill them. You can just crush their heads.
What I was gonna say, using his staff, I give you mercy, and he just goes through. Pop
I
and
assist. Yeah. I go through and help
All right.
euthanize them all.
So now I have to ask. What your ultimate goal is with this group that you've left. Are you intending to like leave, or just stay out of the compound until it gets safe and try to come back, or just find new pastures?
I would assume possibly keep them safe until we can move back in and, I don't know, retake the compound if we need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my intention.
But
Unless-
maybe ranging far enough out that we might be able to find food.
Yep. You guys do
Because
know.
we're all starving.
You guys do know that there is a river about 2 days travel from where you are, because of the previous groups finding that out. There's also a town relatively nearby. It will be another day before you get to anywhere, but there is some stuff out there. However, that's all within the range of what you've normally gone to. You might be lucky and find stuff that other people didn't find, but essentially you're going to travel a ways before you get somewhere where you're relatively safe. You can camp out in the trees for the night. So that'll be the story where we continue the campaign in the future, from where you guys are. Any characters who are not in this particular adventure will not be part of your particular group of the family. So there'll be several outside adventures, which is one of the ways that I want to go. So essentially the family campaign is finished, as it were. Like the campaign itself is still going on, but the compound is no more, and so now we can still have random games where random survivors from the family are in random places doing random things.
We can assume our other players are at least alive. Our other characters are alive.
Yes, I will not just DM wave and kill off your characters. However, the three of you were in underground, right? And the bomb going off is where you ended, and that was the bomb that took out the wall. So you came up from underground, not sure what was going on, and then some alien dropships appeared. So craziness ensued. As far as they're aware, it's mostly aliens attacking.
Right. Yeah, no robots in the center.
It might be interesting to have like a last little bit with Paul Spartacus right after the bomb goes off.
Yeah, that could be fun.
So we'll keep that in mind I'll keep that in mind as a future adventure. But until then, this was today's adventure. I'm gonna go ahead and then stop our streaming. Thanks everyone for watching, and for those at home that watch this later and go, "What the hell happened?" You'll just have to wait and see. The same bat time, same bat channel.
Praise the Lord.
Bye.